Hello and welcome back to the Exponential. My name is RSquared and I'll be your host today for our live commentary as the 3-0 Buffalo Bills head on the road in a tough Sunday Night Football matchup against the 1-2 Baltimore Ravens. Both of these teams were contenders last year and they very well could be this year again. However, one team has gotten off to a much better start than the others. Buffalo has started the season with three very strong wins. Their toughest opponent, as far as just general play, seemed to be Arizona, which is not a good thing. And so we haven't really seen a real challenge from to go up against that Buffalo offense so far, as the Bills racked on 34 after a slow start to that game against Arizona, but a powerful third quarter, which put them in the lead over Arizona, and they won that one 34-28, Josh Allen leading the way. Then on Thursday Night Football, Buffalo waltzes right into Miami, and they not only injure Tua Tagovailoa. As a Dolphins fan, that one hurt a bit, but they destroyed the Dolphins 31-10. And Josh Allen is leading the highest scoring offense through 3 weeks of regular season. Then Monday Night Football. They've been in the lights 3 times as of today. And it looks like they might try to make it count one more time. Josh Allen threw 4 touchdown passes as the Buffalo Bills utterly obliterated the Jacksonville Jaguars, leaving the Jags in question of who their starting quarterback was going to be for the following weeks. The Bills closed that one out 47-10. Through 3 weeks, Josh Allen has thrown for 624 yards, 7 touchdowns, and no interceptions. That is incredible to me. Josh Allen has been historically inconsistent over the past few years, and that's commonly something that's people think is not right. They think he's pretty accurate. He's not. He throws just as many interceptions as he has touchdowns over the year. This is the best I've seen Josh Allen. I'm a Dolphins fan. I see him twice a year. I would know this is the best I've seen Josh Allen in a long time. He's only been sacked twice, showing off that maneuverability that he brings to the game. And 54 of 72, he's got a 75% completion percentage, which is frankly incredible. And he's had a really, really, really great start to the year with a QBR of 91.9. He is looking like an MVP candidate right off the bat. And after getting his mind read by Oz Perlman earlier today, he's finally figured out that today is the day that they're going to win a game on Sunday Night Football. They lost their last one against Kansas City, 6-1, however, in Josh Allen's career. And so the Bills will stomp on into Baltimore to take out the kings of the blackout. That's right. We have all blackout in Baltimore today in Maryland, as we have a fun one coming for you. Baltimore got off to a rough start to the season after starting 0-1 after a tough loss to Kansas City on Thursday Night Football. You can go ahead and catch the live replay right here on the Exponential. I commentated on that one. It was a mostly boring game until Baltimore finally decided to make it interesting late in the fourth quarter by tagging on 10 points to make it a 7-point game. And then after losing by a toe, maybe a hair, but I think I said toe appropriately there, if you know what I'm saying. And they then waltz in at home. Their last game at home was against Las Vegas. And that did not go so well. The Raiders defense put on a show, and Antonio Pierce picked up his first win as an NFL head coach of the Raiders officially. And the Ravens dropped to 0-2 after going down 26-23. And then they go into a tough, hostile environment that is Dallas. And this time, they came up big. However, their fourth quarter was less than impressive, allowing 19 fourth quarter points and getting Dallas back into the game after leading 28-6 at one point in what was one of the most insane comebacks I've probably ever seen. But they still pulled away. But a big question coming into this one for Baltimore is, how can Zachary Orr's defense hold off against this power that is Josh Allen and the Bills' offense? Through 3 weeks in the year, Lamar Jackson has thrown for more yards than Josh Allen, which is, again, unheard of, 702 yards. He's thrown 3 touchdowns and 1 interception, been sacked 3 times, which is a little high for Lamar Jackson. He's got a 59 of 90 completions and 65.6 completion percentage. And his QBR, we can say it's a little lower than Josh Allen, coming in with a 67.9 QBR. Not a great start to the season, but their powerful running game leads the way, as between Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson, the two of them have rushed already for over 500 yards. It seems pretty hard to stop Derrick Henry at some points, but the Bills have done it before numerous times against Tennessee, and we'll see if their defense can hold up against Baltimore. Going into this one, their inactives are Eduafon Olafoshio, safety Mike Edwards, offensive lineman Will Clapp, and nickel cornerback Teron Johnson, along with linebacker Terrell Bernard. So a few big defensive members on that one that they're definitely going to miss. In this one, they really need all the help they can get at the linebacker position. Bernard's going to be huge. He's kind of been the leader of this defense through the first 3 weeks. And it really could be tough to see how they can stop this run game without him. But the Ravens have a bit more trouble going for him. They lost guard Andrew Voorhees to an ankle injury, nose tackle Michael Pierce to a shoulder, safety Bo Braid, Devontae Walker, and Nick Samak-Voorhees. Nick Samak-Voorhees. I don't know what's up with that. But they started the first 3 games at left guard. He's out after not practicing all week. And Pierce, the run-stuffing nose tackle, is also inactive after being downgraded on Sunday. However, they do get a huge upgrade by getting center Tyler Linderbaum back into action after he was questionable with a knee injury. So that'll definitely help with the snap exchange. So Baltimore's the favorite at this one, but in my opinion, it's only at home. So here's my game pick for today. As much as I hate to say it, I'm taking the Buffalo Bills. That's cool. And the Baltimore Ravens are making their night out entrance. The lights are out and the Ravens are out as well. Out of the tunnel, that is. While Josh Allen looks on without getting any cool opening. So purple is in full effect here in Baltimore, Maryland. And the Ravens are in business at home. It's looking like an amazing atmosphere in Baltimore here at M&T Bank Stadium. Really should be a fun one in this one. 2 contenders going head to head. I can't wait to see how this one works out. Let me just make sure my mic is working real quick, since I should always do a mic check beforehand. I think it is, but I will check just in case. We're good. It's working. I like to check just in case because one time it wasn't working. So it's good that it is. It makes my sound clearer. If it's too loud, if there's something wrong with my backdrop, like my flag fell again, I'll put it back up eventually. I'll just stand here so you can't see it. But we definitely have a good one. I'm taking Buffalo. So far, my picks have gone about as ideally as they get. I know I didn't do a pick video to show you, but I promise this is 100% the truth. I picked the Jets over the Broncos, so that's my bad. But 0-1. I also picked the Packers over the Vikings, so I'm down to 0-2. I did pick the Falcons over the Saints, however, bringing me to 1-2. I picked the Bucks over the Eagles in a bit of a revenge game, in my opinion, after the Hurricanes stormed through Tampa. So 2-2. I did pick the Bengals over the Panthers, 3-2. I picked the Texans over the Jaguars, 4-2. Colts over Steelers, 5-2. I picked the Rams, so 5-3. I did pick the Commanders. Thankfully, I'm very happy about that. I think that was probably my biggest prediction of the season. So 6-3. Picked the 49ers, 7-3. The Raiders, 8-3. The Chiefs, 9-3. And the Cowboys, 10-3. So I'm 10-3 going into this one. I'm taking Buffalo. And for Monday night, I'm taking Tennessee over the Dolphins because, why not? I'm going to be happy either way, I guess. If the Dolphins lose, then hey, If the Dolphins lose, I got my picks right. If the Dolphins win, well, then the Dolphins win. And the Seahawks and the Lions on Monday Night Football. That one's going to be a tough one. Mike McDonald has put on an incredible showcase as a young head coach for the Seattle Seahawks. But Detroit, I think they're going to come away with this one. Jared Goff is going to get his groove back going a little bit. His touchdown to interception ratio just seems a bit off. Oh, that's my cup. I hit the thing. I hit the camera. But they really have to get going a little more. You got to see more from Amon-Ra St. Brown, and I'm not just saying that because he's on my fantasy team. We definitely need to see more from Detroit coming into this one, and I think now would be the perfect chance to be able to see what they have for them. Yeah, it was close. I'm glad I didn't commentate on it, though, because it's pretty bad up until the final, 10 minutes. Glad I decided to do this one. I was going to make a poll, but I didn't know how to do it. But we have some fun ones next week, for sure. How's your week been, Pepper, since the game hasn't started yet? And I'm out of fun statistics to share. already. Game hasn't started yet. Buffalo does have a 55.6% chance to win this one. It was terrible. No, he didn't look in pure Jordan Love form. So I did pick the Packers, but I really expected him to be a little bit better coming into that one. I expected more. But honestly, at this point, I called it. I called it. No one ever believes me when I say that I called it, but I have witnesses. I said when Kevin O'Connell got hired, I'm like, oh, that's a pretty good hire. I'm like, I think that's a good hire. And it was basically confirmed to me when the Rams were terrible the next year. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that was a good hire. And they got Kevin O'Connell, and they've somehow managed to get wins no matter what situation they're in. Kirk Cousins, they got wins. Even with Jaron Hall, they somehow sneaked out a few wins. I mean, they had some of the worst quarterbacks at quarterback, and Kevin O'Connell somehow coached a miracle, giving Minnesota a victory in those. And then this year with Mr. Sam Darnold, who wasn't even the starter coming into the year. They had J.J. McCarthy, but at this point, it's starting to look like J.J. McCarthy's spot might be in a little bit of jeopardy next year, the way that Sam Darnold's starting this year. But anyway, the game is about to begin. It's going to be a good one. Baltimore hosting Buffalo at M&T Bank Stadium. It's a full blackout in Baltimore. Ray Lewis statue standing outside the front gate of Baltimore. So Buffalo's coming in wearing the white tops on their uniforms with the blue bottom halves. And Baltimore is, of course, wearing all black. Yeah. I heard about that. I would have been in Florida if I'm not in Europe right now, but so dodged a bullet there. Although from what I know, the people that I know in Florida were like, nothing happened. They're like, oh no, a tree blew down. Great, we will rebuild, They didn't find it all that bad. The people in Tampa were freaking out, but like Orlando, which is where the general area that I was in, is kind of like, they're all like, it's fine. There's nothing happening. Like, it's just a little bit of rain. That's just a common flood. It's just a little bit of rain and an 8-foot storm surge. Ain't nothing I haven't seen before. I'm not leaving my house. Yeah. Evacuation orders? My mama didn't raise no evacuator. That's only for those in the panhandle. Which, as true Floridians know, is not part of Florida. The panhandle is not Florida. Panhandle is basically Georgia. John Harbaugh is the second longest tenured head coach in the league coming in for Baltimore. He's in his 17th season as Justin Tucker in this new kicking format, the dynamic kickoff. He's got a 63% chance of a touchback in this one. The kick returners for Buffalo are Ty Johnson and rookie Brandon Codrington, who I have no clue who that is. But I assume he's only there for this particular job. So Justin Tucker will get the game underway from Baltimore. And this one will fly into the back of the end zone. And Buffalo will start their game from their 30-yard line. It's time to introduce the Buffalo offense. Quarterback Josh Allen leads the way. Running back James Cook has had a surprisingly good year. Wide receivers Matt Collins, Khalil Shakir, and tight ends Dalton Kincaid and Dawson Knox have led the way for Buffalo. Left tackle Deion Dawkins, left guard David Edwards, center Connor McGovern, right guard Osiris Torrance, and right tackle Spencer Brown headlined that O-line for the Bills. Josh Allen will start in the shotgun position, Kincaid in motion. Cook in motion, play action towards Kincaid. Kincaid will get a nice solid 5 yards on a bit of a screen play there. Tackle made by somebody. Marlon Humphrey. Tackle made by Marlon Humphrey. Through week 3, what? Oh, I see. Okay. That's his total ratings. He's got 9 total touchdowns, 2 rushing, and a screen towards Khalil Shakir, and he'll get swamped behind the line of scrimmage. It's number 14, Kyle Hamilton, all over him in the backfield. That'll go for no gain, maybe even a loss of 1 on that one. I have to conserve battery My spreadsheets are all like, I mean, like every time I do one of these, it's like by halftime they're dead and mine's already dead and the game hasn't started yet. Kyle Hamilton was all over that one. Perfect read. I mean, if he wasn't there, Kyle Van Noy was. 3rd and 5 early here for Buffalo. Josh Allen at their own 35-yard line. Shakir in motion towards the left side. Allen looks that way, steps up in the pocket. He'll take it himself, and he'll slide after taking a bit of a hit from Marlon Humphrey. That'll go for the first down. They are going to give him the generous spot. And so Josh Allen, he does not slide, not as early as Sean McDermott probably would have liked. He reads the hole nicely. Great job working around the defensive line. That was a clean hit by Marlon Humphrey. He lowered his head. It was head to shoulder, not Josh Allen's head. So it's a perfectly clean hit. Sean McDermott would have liked him to slide a little faster probably. But a perfectly clean hit on Humphrey's part. Great defense. Very clean play. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 41-yard line coming up for Buffalo, depending on the spot. Could be the 40. 13-31. Oh, they're not giving him the spot. 4th and inches. They're going for it at the 39 3/4 yard line. They're 23 of 25 in Josh Allen's 4th and less than 5 career, and they're looking like they're going Philadelphia Eagle style. And Josh Allen trying to get everything in order. They're pointing out the pressure, and Allen will go tush push, and they will have it without a doubt. That'll be a gain of about 3 or 4 on the play. A moth. What is that? Hold. I have no idea what that is. There's just something flying around in here like a bug of some sort. Yeah. It's like over my head. I don't think it looks like a daddy long legs. Can daddy long legs fly? From their own 41-yard line, Josh Allen. Under center, Cook in the backfield. Hand off to Cook. Cook gets a nice little hole up the middle. That'll go for about 9 or 10 on the play. Nice run by James Cook. This is going to haunt me all day, huh? I don't even know how it got in. Everything's closed. All right. I completely missed him, so I missed the Baltimore introduction. I'll introduce him myself on the next play. Josh Allen under center, handoff to Latavius Murray, who's wrapped up in the backfield for a gain of nothing on the play. What is that? It's like a terrifyingly large size. No. Huh. I don't know. Anyway, this Ravens defense is headlined by Namandi Matabuke, Michael Pierce, who's out for this game, David Ojabo, Adafe Owe, Roquan Smith, Kyle Van Noy, Martin Humphrey, Brandon Stevens, TJ Tampa, Nate Wiggins, Kyle Hamilton, Eddie Jackson, Marcus Williams. I keep seeing it out of the corner of my eye. Josh Allen drops back to pass. He'll under a bit of pressure, and he'll throw one too fast through the hands of Dalton Kincaid. I'm going to see what this is real quick. I'll try and keep commentating. What are you? What is that? All right, it's kind of strange looking because it flies like a wasp, but it's like too thin. I don't know. And the Bills will send the punting unit out. I didn't know. Google it. Sam Martin will punt it away for Buffalo, and the Ravens will fair catch at their own 12 or 13-yard line, where Lamar Jackson will start his drive. I'm going to see if I can hit this thing. I'll be back before the commercial break is over. Nailed it. That's the Floridian in me, baby. That's the Floridian in me. It was a very large mosquito. very large. So it probably was a female, so it wasn't any harm, but it's not bothering us anymore. I'm actually going to check the window while I'm here. I'm like, how did it get in? All right, 1 second. I'll be back. I can still talk. I have no idea how that got in. All right, crisis averted. Wasn't ever really a crisis. I wasn't panicking for a second. All right, so we're on commercial break here. So the Bills got off to a fair start to the game. Josh Allen went 2 of 3 for 5 yards, but ultimately the Ravens defense came away with a stop. They did have that fourth down conversion there, which was rather impressive. I ended up hitting it with a journal, so I ultimately didn't need the cough drops. When I said Latavius Murray earlier, I meant Ray Davis. Maybe I need that cough drop, man. So Josh Allen's tush push went 3 yards. James Cook went 8 yards, and then they just struggled to get anything on 2nd and 3rd and 2. And Sean McDermott decided that he wasn't feeling too brave from their own 50-yard line. So it wasn't a terrible start, but a good job by Baltimore's defense getting them off the field early. I think that's probably a big key for Baltimore is getting off to a quick start and then keeping it that way. You have to be able to keep them down, kick them while they're down. Yeah. Really, they have to do what they did against Dallas, but not allow the fourth quarter comeback because Buffalo's better than Dallas, and they will. And they will make you pay for that every day. I'm sorry, I'm a Buffalo. I'm less of a Bills hater than I am a Cowboys hater. And they're in my division. That says a lot about my relationship with the Cowboys. At this point, I'm not even upset because they're a team that people don't like. I'm upset that they haven't fired their coach. Upset that the owner hasn't sold the team yet. That's it. Lamar Jackson will start it off in a shotgun with Derrick Henry in the slot next to him. And the handoff will go to Henry. And Henry charges through the 30, the 40. He's gone. There's no catching Henry. The 30, the 20, the 10, the 5. Touchdown. King Henry lets him know whose town they're in. Baltimore. What a run. One play, 87 yards, and Derrick Henry is in the end zone. Oh, what a play. I was probably way too loud there. I probably woke up the entire neighborhood. What a run by Derrick Henry, letting them know where they are, letting them know that they're in Charm City. They're here in Baltimore. This is their house, and they're not letting Buffalo storm in. Ooh, what a run. That's showing up on Angry Runs tomorrow. And the extra point is drilled by Justin Tucker. And the Ravens, one play, 87 yards. And it's all King Henry off the block from Patrick Ricard. And the Ravens are up 7-0 early in the first quarter. 10:50 remaining. Man, what a run. He got a perfect block from Patrick Ricard, stuff in the inside, and then it's just him outrunning everybody. He just moves those wheels. He didn't even have to show the stiff arm. Derrick Henry all over them early. What a run. Wow. I mean, the speed. He outran every single member of that Bills defense with the exception of the guy that Patrick Ricard had in a chokehold basically throughout the entire play. So Derrick Henry, he's the second player in team history to rush for a touchdown in each of the first 4 games of the season to Jamal Lewis back in 2000. What a start to this game for Baltimore. This is what I wanted. I wanted a big scoring game, and we're getting it early. I want to see more. I want the final score to be like 45-42. Come on. We need one of those games. I mean, last week we got stuck with the 23-20 Kansas City, Atlanta. The week before that, we had Houston and Chicago. It's about time. I deserve it. Come on. Give me some points. And that is a great way to start, though. One play, 87 yards. First and 10 as Josh Allen will take back over again from his own 30-yard line. Woo. And Lamar Jackson is having a fun talk with Derrick Henry after that one. Ooh, what a run. What a run. I'm a big fan of Derrick Henry. Loved his work in Tennessee. And I knew he was going to be great in Baltimore because there's just no stopping a combination of Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson. Josh Allen, 2 in the backfield with him, handoff to Cook after Samuel was the one in motion, and Cook will go up the middle for about a gain of 7 or 8 on the play. We'll see where the spot lands. They're going to give him 8. Second and 2. That's a second 8-yard run for the day for James Cook. Hopefully the next 2 plays won't go the same as they did for Buffalo on the previous drive. So far, he's got 204 yards on the ground with 3 touchdowns. Not a half bad year for James Cook. He's been keeping up with the best of them, such as Derrick Henry. Not anymore, but before that 87-yard run. Second and 2, Josh Allen trying to get everything in order in the Buffalo offense. Seems a bit of confusion, but he'll get the snap off, and it'll be a dump off to Dalton Kincaid, which will go for about a gain of 9 or 10 on the play. First down, Buffalo. 9:55 remaining here in the first quarter. Baltimore leads 7-0 after a Derrick Henry 87-yard dash. Really fantastic start to this game for Baltimore. Couldn't get much better than that. Stopping the Bills on offense and then an 87-yard run from King Henry, who has not lost his kingdom yet, except for maybe the Chiefs. Josh Allen drops back to pass under a bit of a blitz, and he'll dump it off to James Cook, who will get about 10 on the play, and that'll be enough for a first down depending on the marking. They're really just getting really making the ball like right there, like so close. That's like the third time I've been depending on the marking because they're like right in between yard markers. And in this case, the first down, they won't give it to him. On 2nd and inches, they'll go tush push again, and Josh Allen will get it again. 1st and 10. Buffalo's sticking to what works. A little bit of a kerfuffle inside the huddle there. And Josh Allen a little bit slow to get up, but he was a little bit stockpiled on towards the end there, which was the cause of the small scuffle there. But he is back up. No injuries, visibly. Is that another one? No, I'm kidding. I just saw something out of the corner of my eye. That was crazy. I get to tell everyone about the time that I was attacked by a very large mosquito live while I was commentating a game that has nothing to do with bugs, like Bills and Ravens. Connor McGovern was injured on that play. That's a big one. That's their center, Connor McGovern, one of the best to do it in this modern era. He used to play for the Jets, went a few miles up to Buffalo, and now he's been replaced by somebody named Anderson. I'll get you the name of him after this play. Josh Allen hands it off to James Cook, who will go up the middle after getting upended by Roquan Smith, showing him what's up, but 5 yards on the game. Wow, what a hit by Roquan Smith. He says, "You stop right there." And that center's name is... I'm still looking. Alec Anderson, offensive tackle in his second year at a UCLA. So neither McGovern nor Anderson are actually centers, but aside from the point. Allen under center, play action from Cook under pressure, and he'll be pushed out of bounds, and he'll just have to throw it away. Incomplete pass, 3rd and 6 coming up for Buffalo. Kyle Van Noy on the pressure. $7:53 remaining here in the first quarter. The Ravens lead 7-0. Boy, all right. 3rd and 6 coming up for Buffalo. From the Baltimore 45-ish. Very precise. From the Baltimore 39-ish. Play clock winding down. They'll snap it. A lot of pre-snap motion there. I don't know if they're going to call it. And they're going to give Kincaid the first down. Gain of 7. They did not call that. I saw an early jump on the Baltimore line, on the Buffalo line there. What's good, Parker? Welcome. Yeah. Kyle Hamilton was in coverage on that one. I thought I saw the left tackle jump a little early, but he was not, I guess. I mean, it kind of looked like the refs missed a call there. Buffalo trying to get everything in order through the crowd noise here in Baltimore. Play clock at 5. Allen trying to get the ball off, too. He'll get it off. A lot of pressure. Van Noy falls down. There's going to be a flag. It's going to be a free play for Baltimore, and Allen will just run out of bounds at the line of scrimmage. He knows that that's coming back no matter what he does. He saw the holding as well. And Alan Eck, who's in his second season as an NFL referee, will announce it. It's a holding on number 79. That'll be on Brown. It was obvious. Van Noy would not have fallen. He's too good. Just one step, and there's the hold. I mean, he acted just a bit, but, that's part of the game. Just the whole, whoa! That was a bit of acting. 1st and 20 coming up for Buffalo, now at the Baltimore 43-yard line. Josh Allen again trying to communicate with his center. Allen takes the snap, drops back, tries to fit one in tight, and he'll get it to number 13, Mac Hollins. I remember when Mac Hollins was on the Dolphins, he was terrible then. Then he went to Atlanta, he was decent there. And now he's in Buffalo, and suddenly he's a top 3 receiver. What is up with Dolphins players being better whenever they leave? But they're terrible when they're with us. I mean, it happens time and time again. It was only until recently when we started getting players that could actually play for the Dolphins. Josh Allen, again, having issues with the center. Center is looking a bit confused over there. Curtis Samuel's in motion. Snap. Allen will drop back under a bit of duress. He'll flip one over to Khalil Shakir, who'll go for about a gain of 7 or 8 on the play, I would say, roughly. I'm eyeballing it. 8 yards for Khalil Shakir on the play. Roquan Smith, he made the moves on Roquan Smith there, had him stunned for a second. 1, 2, 3, and then eventually gets tackled from behind by Ojabo. Oh, there's an injured Buffalo Bill. That'll be wait, what number? It was Khalil Shakir. Khalil Shakir was injured on the play. Excuse me. After the late hit. I gotta straighten my back. That's what's causing all this. That would be a huge loss for Buffalo if they can't get Khalil Shakir back in time for this one. Ooh, that would be rough. Not an easy one for Buffalo to recover from. So, did you guys catch the boring 4 o'clock window of games? I was watching NFL Red Zone. I'm like, these games are terrible. No offense to Kansas City or anything, but it was terrible to watch. I was sitting there, I'm like, if I didn't like football, this thing would be off. It was just a terrible late window. They kept showing Washington blowing out Arizona throughout the entire game. Terrible game. 2 one-sided. Las Vegas game was, just tough to watch. It was just, I'm telling him, it's what I told one of my mods. I'm like, it's just 2 guys. They're just 2 teams who are just swatting at each other with their eyes closed. It was such a pillow fight. It was a terrible game. Cleveland, Las Vegas. And then San Francisco blew out New England. I mean, it was just a terrible late window. Which, I mean, fair. The early window was kind of intense. We had 6 games within one score. Only 2 that were not. Thought I totally said that wrong. One sec. No, yeah, I actually got it right. 2 that were not. It was the Bucks win and the Bengals win, and even then, it wasn't an impressive win by Tampa Bay. Sorry, not by Tampa, by Cincinnati. And we're back from Baltimore as the Ravens are hosting Buffalo. There's 5:41 remaining here in the first quarter, and Buffalo is deep into Baltimore territory at about their 30-yard line. But the Ravens hold a 7-0 lead after an 87-yard Derrick Henry run. Very good, very good. If you didn't hear my call, you should go back, rewind the video, see the Derrick Henry touchdown call. I thought it was pretty good. I woke up everyone in the neighborhood. 3rd and 7 coming up for the Bills. Connor McGovern went into the game for 1 snap, and the refs took him out. I wonder why. So Anderson's back in, Alec Anderson. So they'll take back out Connor McGovern, and they'll stick with Anderson after he went back in. Seemed fine, and the refs pulled him out. I'm 99% certain Melissa Stark is reporting on this right now. So if there's anyone that's watching the game and has their sound up, could you tell me what's happening? He got rolled up on, but he just came back in, and the refs took him out. What was that about? Huh? 3rd and 7. Kincaid out of the backfield goes to the right slot. Allen alone in the backfield. I'll drop back to pass. Under a lot of pressure, there's going to come back no matter what. Severe holding, and Allen will lob one to the end zone to Keon Coleman, and that's incomplete. Good defense. But there's still going to be a holding on Buffalo, which will put it back. They might want to take this here. I think they're going to accept this penalty, actually. Make it 3rd and 17. Although it is Josh Allen, that kind of puts him out of field goal range a bit. Puts him back to the 40. It's like a 54-yard field goal. Doesn't make a difference. It'll be a holding on Buffalo. They are going to take it. It'll replay 3rd down. They're going to give their defense one more shot at making a stop. And Anderson still in at center for Buffalo. 3rd and 17 now for the Bills. McGovern really looking like he wants to get back in there. For some reason, he's being held out. 5:19 remaining here in the first quarter. Baltimore leads by 7. Allen all alone again. Trying to get everything in order. He's got plenty of time. Allen, high snap. He'll have to duck it and run. It might have just been a designed run, honestly. And he'll get about 7 yards on the run there. Get him back to the original line of scrimmage, I would say. A little more than that. Get him about 2 yards added on. It was a high snap. Great job by Allen reeling that one in. And then making the best out of a blown play. He does not slide, which is probably something that Sean McDermott's yelling at him right now about. But Tyler Bass will try to hit a 50-yard field goal to put the Bills on the board. And Bass, his kick is up, and it is right down the middle. 7-3, Baltimore in the lead. 4:34 remaining here in the first quarter. Buffalo cashes on after a perfect 50-yard field goal kick from Tyler Bass. 7-3, Baltimore leads. Well put together drive by Buffalo, but ultimately that incredible defense by the Ravens. Great job keeping them to 3 points. That is very hard to do. Very, very hard to do on that one. So we have some good games next week in week 5. So what are we commentating on, folks? What are we commentating on? I might Google how to make a poll on a post. because I know I can. I just don't remember how to. But we have some good games. So it starts off with Thursday Night Football, where we have the Buccaneers taking on the Falcons on TNF. We have the Jets taking on the Vikings on the London games, which will not be on this channel if we do them. It'll be on my alternate channel, RSquared's Monday Morning Mayhem. Check it out. There's nothing uploaded yet, but that'll be the first thing. It's going to be great if we do it, though. I can tell you that much. There's also the option of some 1 o'clock window games, like this very Buffalo Bills team taking on the Houston Texans. I mean, if you want. Not thrilled about that one, but. And Sunday Night Football, got the Cowboys taking on the 3-1 Steelers. No. Just no. I'm kidding. Whatever. I'll leave it up to the people. And then on Monday Night Football, what definitely could be a good one is the Kansas City Chiefs hosting the New Orleans Saints. Derek Carr against Patrick Mahomes, probably the best game, especially since Kansas City's a little banged up now. Without Rashee Rice. Oh, Rashee Rice is feared to have suffered a torn ACL. I just saw that. That's tough. That is really tough for Kansas City. Tough loss after already losing Isaiah Pacheco. Those are two of their greatest weapons on offense. Travis Kelce did finally get going in week number 4, but not enough, in my opinion. It'll be interesting to see how Kansas City recovers for game 4. All right, but back to the current action on Sunday Night Football as the Bills are about to kick off back to the Ravens, who last time they touched the ball, or more correctly, Derrick Henry touched the ball. He took it 87 yards the other direction for an amazing touchdown run. And so out comes Lamar Jackson as the quarterback of the Ravens. Running back Derrick Henry, who've already called his name. Wide receivers Zay Flowers, Rashad Bateman. Tight ends Mark Andrews and Isaiah Likely, who've been fantastic. Left tackle Ronnie Stanley. Left guard Patrick McCarry. Center Tyler Linderbaum. Right guard Daniel Falalale. Right tackle Roger Rosengarten. Highlight that offensive line. My favorite being Falalale. I do apologize for misspelling your name, but I mean, you didn't have to spell it that way. Lamar Jackson drops back. It'll be a pass. It'll be a screen towards Flowers, who gets a nice little move, and he'll get about 10 yards after a few jukes, including one of Balon Spector, who's been pretty good for this Bills defense so far. That'll go for about 10, assuming they give him a good spot. That was a nice little play design. He got the entire offense going towards the defense going towards Henry, then just flips it out to Flowers, who makes a few men miss, getting the first down. Great effort by Flowers. Great play design by Harbaugh. 1st and 10 from their own 40-yard line. And Lamar Jackson will throw, and he'll just tuck it and run this time, and somehow manages to get 6 yards. Wow. I'm thinking 6 yards. It looks like 6 yards. The defense for the Bills, highlighted by defensive end A.J. Oppenessa, defensive tackle D.J. Pev, and Daquan Jones, Gregory Rousseau, linebackers Dorian Williams, Balon Spector, cornerback Rasul Douglas, Cam Lewis, safety Taylor Rapp, and safety DeMar Hamlin. And, of course, their other cornerback, Christian Bedford. And Bobby Babich, who's the Bills' defensive coordinator. Last year, they decided to go with Sean McDermott as their head coach / defensive coordinator, and their defense had one of its worst years they've had. Lamar Jackson will hand it off to Derrick Henry, who ran for an 87-yard touchdown. Maybe not as splashy this time, but he does get the first down, a gain of 5 on the play. Baltimore's moving for the second time today, and I don't mean moving in the same way as they were in the first time, because Derrick Henry was moving, and in this time he was just kind of moving. Oh, excuse me. It's like I'm sick or something. I'm not. I just got over a sickness. The inactive defensive starters for Buffalo today are Matt Milano, Terrell Bernard, and cornerback Teron Johnson. Some big names. It's probably why Derrick Henry's had a bit a bit room to run, to say the least. Fake the jet sweep to Flowers. He'll have to flick it through the defenders out to Justice Hill, who will get about a gain of 10 on the play. First down, Baltimore. Oh, man. Gotta stretch out. All right, I might stand up with my cool standing desk. That's not nearly high enough. All right. Nice. What's up? Oh, my back. All right. Yeah, it was a great play design right through the hands of 99. Can't quite see who that is. And then the rest is just Justice Hill making up with speed. Second and inches, they don't quite give him the first down. Handoff will go to Derrick Henry. He'll truck through and get about 4 yards extra just by stretching out his body on that one. Nice, powerful run there. Lamar Jackson has 254 rush yards through these 3 games. That's the most through 3 games by a quarterback in NFL history. He's got 1 rush touchdown, 3 passing touchdowns, and an INT. That doesn't sound right to what ESPN gave me, but okay. They're going to call a personal foul on the play. Not quite sure what that was. It was unnecessary roughness on Smoot. Let's see what it was for. It was against Patrick Ricard, and it was for a late knee to the head. And then Patrick Ricard got a little bit upset about the knee to the head and pushed him over. Don't mess with the fullback. Oh, excuse me. I move this chair out of the way so I can stand better. I'll put it back. 1st and 10. Handoff. Well, no, never mind. It's just Lamar Jackson doing a design draw. Fooled me. Go for about 3 or 4 yards as Jackson puts his head down. Jackson gets a little bit stuck at the bottom of 2 Bills players in that one. To bring up 2nd down and 7 or 6 here for Baltimore. Oh, excuse me. Lamar Jackson just had nowhere to run there. Somehow manages to make 99 miss again. And fake jet sweep towards Flower. That actually got me. That was nice. Nice little trickeration as the Ravens are dialing it up in the red zone at the Buffalo 18-yard line. Jackson will pass it. He'll go to Justice Hill on a bit of a screen, which will get inside the 10 and into the 5. And a nice run by Justice Hill. Good yak on that one. Getting down to the 3-yard line for Baltimore. Nice play design. All the blockers went out in front, led the way by Mark Andrews on that one. Andrews just sets up a perfect block against Lewis. He absolutely pancakes him, giving Hill enough time and enough room to run that there was just no stopping him until the safeties there who ultimately had to make the tackle. So nice run by Justice Hill on that one. It'll bring up 1st and goal from the, that was loud. 1st and goal from the Buffalo 4-yard line. Handoff will go to Henry, and Henry will get swamped this time for a loss of 1 or 2 on the play. Buffalo's defense makes a nice little tackle for a loss there to end the first quarter. When we come back, Baltimore is at 1st and goal from the 3. Baltimore leads 7-3 after the Derrick Henry 87-yard touchdown run and a field goal from Tyler Bass that just put the Bills on the board. I did not almost fall over. You saw nothing. Do feel free to comment down in the chat if you have any questions. I'll be more than happy to answer any of them. If there's something wrong with my sound as well, also. If there's something wrong with my sound, my lighting, I can try my best to fix it. There are alternative options. Everyone excited for Halloween? Feels a little early to me. I mean, October hasn't even started yet. It hasn't started yet. Stop trying to celebrate Halloween. It's like when you start celebrating Christmas before you start celebrating Thanksgiving. Doesn't make any sense. Got to baste the turkey first and then get the Christmas decorations out. I mean, seriously. Ugh. Now, that's always bothered me a bit, is that how people put up Christmas decorations in like early November. What are you doing? We still have a month and a half. There's still an entire holiday left before Christmas. And I've never understood it. We've never done that. It's always just been like, if anything, we're late and we do it on like December 20th. We're done. But most of the time, it's like if we're around, it's early December 10th or so. So that's fun. It's Scott Hansen. Anyone else watch Scott Hansen earlier today on NFL Red Zone? Not sponsored by any of the affiliate stuff. No, just me? Okay. NBC, not sponsored by, again, but that's what you're watching the game on. So if you are watching the game on NBC, turn it off. Well, I mean, keep it on, but mute it, because I'm here so you can listen to me commentate. All you have to do, mute the TV, listen to me. That's it. And that rhymed too, so it was so much better. All right, we're back here in Baltimore at M&T Bank Stadium in a full night out here in Maryland, blackout here in Maryland, as the stadium is looking pretty purple. First and goal from the 4 or 5 yard line, because they're at the 3 and they lost 2. 5 yard line. Math. And Lamar Jackson under center. Play action towards Henry. Henry on the dump off. Touchdown! Derrick Henry! For the second time today, he's letting them know that it's not your kingdom. It's not my kingdom. It's the King's kingdom. He is all over Buffalo in quarter number 1 and 10 seconds. As Derrick Henry gets his second touchdown of the day. Great play design. He got the entire. Isaiah Likely had 2 defenders. They double teamed Likely. They know he's a red zone threat. And after 50 came down to go after Jackson as his spy, Henry was home free. And Justin Tucker's extra point is drilled. The Ravens are taking an even bigger lead. This is exactly what they have to do. Very solid start. 14-3. This is exactly what I said needed to happen at the beginning of the game. Fast start. Their defense has to stop Buffalo's offense early, but this time they have to keep it going. They cannot get cocky like they did against Dallas, because this is a different team. This is Buffalo. This is a better team. First round QBs in the 2018 NFL Draft are Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, Josh Allen, Josh Rosen, and Lamar Jackson. Josh Rosen is now retired, and the third longest tenured quarterback with current teams among QBs, with Prescott and Mahomes, and Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen. So they've I can't believe they've been around since 2018. I'm so old. I saw them get drafted. I remember back in my day. Yeah, you know. So Lamar Jackson, a really well-organized drive there for Baltimore. They can just keep that up. They can get up to an easy at halftime. If they were up 21-6 or 3, 21-3, 21-6. That's a win. That's Baltimore. That's beautiful football. And it means there's going to be another touchdown. But, of course, it would be much more interesting if Buffalo scored here. And we're all about the interesting here on the Exponential. They did. Oh, no. You're Pepper's rival, boat nerd. Yeah, the Packers fan against the Vikings fan. He was saying, he's like, no, my Packers is so close. And you're like, my Vikings almost blew it. That was a tough one. No, yeah, it was a good game. I considered commentating on it, but ultimately I decided it was better to just do this one. It's a nice Sunday night football game. It's going to be a thriller. Even though the Packers one was good at the end, but ultimately it was 28-7, except for the last 10 minutes. So Josh Allen will fake the handoff to James Cook, and he'll throw a screen out to Curtis Samuel, who will go for about a gain of 7 or 8 on the play. Can't quite get the first down, but we'll get close. It will be 8. They're having some issues with their clock. It's not the right font size. Some are a little weird. You're talking about the cheeseheads? Talking about the cheeseheads, aren't you? Hear that, Pepper? He's talking about the cheeseheads. To your face. Like Tom, he's the weird one. Josh Allen, handoff to James Cook. James Cook trying to make a nice cut, and he gets absolutely swarmed after a gain of about 1. 4 Ravens defenders there as James Cook is up to his feet. 3rd down coming up for Buffalo. Yeah, their clock is like in the complete wrong font. Like, who's making the clock? 14 minutes do remain here in the second quarter before halftime. 3rd and 1 for Buffalo coming up. Connor McGovern was a concussion. They cleared concussion protocol, however, and Khalil Shakir is questionable with an ankle injury, but he's probable. And Josh Allen will take the handoff, and he is read perfectly, and Dawson Knox won't get the first down. Josh Allen got nailed as Baltimore blew that one up before it even got started. Beautiful defense by Zachary Orr's group as David Ojabo was all over it. You missed a Derrick Henry 87-yard touchdown, which was by far one of the best things I've seen since the season started, as far as a run has gone. So Buffalo will punt it again for the second time today. Last time they punted, it led to that 87-yard touchdown. On the Buffalo second drive, they drove it down the field, and Tyler Bass made a 50-yard field goal before Baltimore got the ball again, orchestrating a nice drive, which got them down to the red zone, where Lamar Jackson threw a 5-yard touchdown to King Henry yet again. Derrick Henry is having himself a night. 2 touchdowns in just a quarter and a little bit. Really, it was like a quarter and 10 seconds. Cheering for the Ravens. I picked the Bills begrudgingly, but I'm rooting for the Ravens because I don't like the Bills. I just thought they had a better. I just thought the Bills had a better chance of winning, but I'm rooting for the Ravens. But that's just I'm a Dolphins fan. I just don't like. I just don't like the Bills, especially not after what they did to Tua. Terrible. No, yeah, the Ravens are off to a great start. They're up 14. That still gets me every time. Chipotle smoked brisket, not sponsored by or any of the affiliate stuff. But I'm like, what? Every time I double check, I'm like, did I read that right? Anyway, I want it. But anyway, they're off to a great start. 14-3. Zachary Orr's defense is doing a really good job. I said it at the beginning of the game, before the game started, that if Baltimore wanted to win, it's all about the fast start and being able to keep the consistency. They did everything right against Dallas except the final 5 minutes, where they allowed a touchdown, an onside kick, another touchdown, and then almost another onside kick, because apparently Zay Flowers is only good if the ball is in the air and not when it's on the ground when it's not moving. He can only catch it when it is moving at 100 miles per hour towards his hand. Don't know what that's about. I wouldn't exactly call him a receiver because he can't receive an onside kick. No, yeah, I'm sure Ravens fans had fun with that last Sunday. They're like, oh, sure, you can catch now. Yeah. But a really good start for Baltimore early in this one. They're doing everything right. All they have to do is, I think if they score another touchdown here, they're in great shape. They just have to be able to keep the consistency. They can't let their guard down. They can't let their guard down against Buffalo. They let their guard down against Dallas, and Buffalo is a much more dangerous team than Dallas. I think if they do the same thing they did against Dallas, this game, Buffalo's coming back. Right? Yeah. Like, it's not possible. Crabs! They got crabs. They're making crab cakes in Maryland. The national dish of the Baltimore Ravens, the crab cakes. Hey, nothing says Maryland and Baltimore football like crab cakes on a Sunday, huh? Derrick Henry has touched the ball 5 times for 100 yards and 2 total touchdowns. It's his first receiving touchdown since 2019. Lamar Jackson under center. Ricard in motion, in I formation now, after the motion by Ricard. And Jackson will play action towards Henry under a bit of pressure. He'll throw a deep one and hits likely for a gain of 20 on the play. Or more, actually. I went to about midfield. But a great throw by Lamar Jackson gets him right where it needs to be. I'll get the exact count. 26 yards. I was close. 20. I actually nailed that. What am I talking about? About towards the 45-ish yard line. Beautiful throw by Lamar Jackson. And wow. And he put it right where only Isaiah Likely could catch it, over the head of Spector, under Benford. Jackson under center. Henry's in the backfield. Play clock winding down. 5. He'll get the snap off. Play action under a bit of pressure. And Mark Andrews drops the pass. That's why he's getting traded this offseason. That's hot take. Mark Andrews isn't lasting through the year. Isaiah Likely has the job locked down. He's got it locked down. You think so? Well, I mean, it wasn't. He didn't play. I mean, even then, Justin Jefferson wasn't the one who had the good game. It was just Sam Darnold throwing to whoever was open. I'm not quite sure it would have made a difference. I mean, obviously, he did have that one really good catch, but there is a flag on the pre-snap here on 2nd and 10. It'll be false start on Baltimore. Ronnie Stanley will be flagged on the false start penalty. The Baltimore Ravens offensive line through week 3 has 31 penalties, which is most in the NFL and most through 3 games in franchise history. Not a great stat line to put up, I would suppose. 2nd and 15 coming up for Baltimore. Most of them were in that opening game against KC, though. All that illegal formation. Ugh. Henry side by side after Aguilar's in motion, and play action again. They're really sticking to the PA here, and Derrick Henry will have to be wrestled out of bounds after getting about 4. It'll come up, bring up 3rd and about 11 or so. No, I'm not sure Jair Alexander playing would have made much of a difference for the Packers, because I didn't find that Justin Jefferson was all that productive. I was watching Red Zone, so I might have missed stuff, but because he would have been locked down on Justin Jefferson, and Jordan Addison had himself a ball game. 3rd and 11 coming up for Baltimore. Lamar Jackson. It's obviously going to be a pass. Interesting, not play clock at 2. He'll drop back deep, and he'll lays one in. What a throw! Nelson Aguilar. That'll get him 13. And what a laser beam by Lamar Jackson. That ball had zip on it. Whew. What a throw. I mean, perfectly timed, and just lasers it between 2 defenders and right where it needs to be. Nelson Aguilar making a tough catch. But what a throw. He put it right in his chest. Lamar Jackson, he's got Ricard and Henry by his side. That's not Henry, that's Hill. By his side. And Lamar will fake a screen, and he'll hand it off to Hill, who will go up the middle for a gain of 11. And a great little trickeration. John Harbaugh is dipping into his bag of tricks here. He's going deep. And Buffalo doesn't have an answer early for this Baltimore offense. This is peak Baltimore offense right now. We're seeing. This is what I've been waiting for all year, what I've been watching their games for. And I just haven't seen it before today. They're just running it right down their throats. And Lamar Jackson just showing that he's an incredible dual threat quarterback. 1st and 10. Flowers in motion. He'll go back the way he came. Hand off to Derrick Henry. And Henry will go for about 6 yards. If the tackle wasn't made there, Henry was gone for a touchdown. Oh, and there's an injured Buffalo Bill, and one who made the tackle. Looks like he might have taken a Derrick Henry leg to the head. I mean, that was his own fault, but Derrick Henry's probably over there like, well, don't put your head in my leg. And that is exactly what happened. He headed him in the knee. But that is not Derrick Henry's fault. Do you think the NFL should change their overtime rules to be like college? It would be a cool twist. It would be fun. I just feel like if a game ever went to overtime, like if it were a game between the Chiefs and, say, the Bills, then we would be stuck in what I now call, after a game that went to 9th overtime. I don't know if anyone remembers this. It's a few years back. Maybe a little more than that. My memory is a little iffy. But there was a game between LSU and Texas A&M back when Burrow was around in LSU. And that one went to 8th or 9th overtime or something like that. And the final score was 73-70. And LSU came out with that one. It was the year that LSU won the national championship, I believe. And that one was just crazy. It was just such a crazy game. So I think that would happen if we had a meeting between Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen, and say that's on Monday Night Football. I would have to commentate for an extra 5 hours. I'm like, what's up with that? I mean, that's ultimately what happened in the LSU game. Is I didn't stay through it all because I'm like, it's 6th overtime and it hasn't ended. And eventually, I'm like, okay, I'm done. Then I woke up in the morning. I'm like, it went to 9th overtime. Like, it was a wild game. I don't even think it was done when I woke up in the morning. It was still going on, and like had just finished or something like that. But that's what I think would happen if Kansas City played Buffalo and it went to overtime with college overtime rules. You get Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen on the same field with those rules, and they're just going to be balling all night till one of them collapses. Probably Josh Allen. That was fun. All right. So you know it's getting serious. And we're back here from Baltimore at M&T Bank Field. Stadium? Field. I'm pretty sure it's field. I knew it just a second ago. I said it earlier. M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland, home of crab cakes and Ravens. As the Ravens are putting together a mighty fine drive, up by 11 and about to be up by more. The Baltimore Harbor is very nice. Remember when they had that one cruise ship that got stuck in the Baltimore Harbor because of something earlier this year? I'm forgetting what it was about, but I'm telling you, my memory is like so selective. I just remember there was a cruise ship stuck in Baltimore. Taylor Rapp is on the sideline for Buffalo. He's the one who made the tackle. He'll go through the standard concussion protocol. Derrick Henry will get absolutely stumped at the line of scrimmage. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. 3rd and 4, there is a flag on the play. More laundry. We're seeing quite a bit of laundry so far early. Stretch. It'll be holding on the offense. That'll be on Patrick McCarry, number 65. Maybe after like 5 overtimes, they should do a field goal kickoff. That's unfair for any team that has to play the Ravens. And it's just like Justin Tucker makes it from 80 yards. It would just be unfair for some teams like the Packers. If the Packers got into that situation, it's just like, well, our season's done. Or the Cowboys, yeah. Our season's over. Lamar Jackson, a little bit of trickeration play action under a bit of pressure. He still has time. Great offensive line work, and he'll lob one down. Almost a great catch by Nelson Aguilar. Ooh, but he can't catch it. Can't reel it in. 3rd and 14 coming up for Baltimore. Would add value to kickers. Yeah, it would. That's true. I don't think a situation like that would probably ever happen. It's very rare that a game goes to overtime in the first place. It's only happened once this season. Has it happened this year? I have a vague recollection of it happening in week 1. Yeah, Rams-Lions in overtime. But that one was over. And that one actually ended. So did Seahawks-Patriots. And a dump off to Justice Hill. And Justice Hill gets some nice blocks, and he'll get all 14 yards. What? The blocks on that were wild. And the Ravens are just playing Baltimore football. I mean, this is what we came here for. It's just those little plays that make such a difference. Wow. Just the blocking, the offensive line work, the tight end blocking. I mean, he had all the room in the world. He had so many blockers. He just basically had 14 yards of open field. I formation for Baltimore at the Buffalo 22-yard line. Lamar Jackson, it'll be a shovel towards Henry. Henry will have to go through 2. He doesn't have a problem going through 1, but 2 is a little too much. He'll go for about 3 or 4 on the play. Who is the Vikings' new kicker? 1 second. I'll Google it. I don't know. What's his name? All right, let's see. Will Reichard, the rookie, Michigan, right? Alabama. I was close. Yeah, he's been pretty good. I think he's been very accurate. Lamar Jackson drops back to pass inside the red zone at the Buffalo 19. He'll air one out. He's got him in! Touchdown, Baltimore! Justice Hill! And justice is served! And the Ravens will hop up to 20 points. 21 with the extra point. And the Ravens are in full command. Oh, what a throw. What a read. Justice Hill just slips out completely undetected. A nice little stutter step move leaves him unguarded. He was wide open. It was up to Lamar Jackson to put it right where he needed to do, and he did just that. The Ravens, with that extra point, lead by 18. It is all Baltimore and no Buffalo. What a start to this game for the Ravens. The running backs have 3 touchdowns, and Lamar Jackson counts as a running back. Less so now, but the Ravens are in full control. They're looking dynamic out there. Ooh, as the Ravens are saying, hey, I think we're ready for October. That's the month of the purple and black. They're going for it. Oh, man. I feel like I'm being way too loud. Like, I feel like I've woken up my neighbors at least 5 times now. But hopefully they won't come knocking at our door. If they do, I'll just have to come down here and... Hi, what's up, guys? And Justice Hill, he runs into the end zone. Touchdown! What a play! Oh, my goodness! You know. I do hope I can stay this far away, though. Yeah, Will Reichard is really good. Going back to the topic before, the lovely touchdown pass from Lamar Jackson. Will Reichard's been very, very solid to start the year. The Packers kicker was looking good, less so now, though. After the 2 missed field goals in the game against Minnesota earlier. I mean, realistically, if he had made those field goals, Green Bay won the game. So that's, I mean, I feel like it kind of went under the radar. But without those missed kicks, Green Bay won the game. But the 2 missed kicks really hurt them. I mean, like, how iffy could Jordan Love be in this game? 32 of 54, which is meh. 389 yards, which is great. 4 touchdowns, which is great. And 3 interceptions, which is terrible. He was like, had the most iffy game out of anyone. This Sunday Night Football is not at all what I expected. I mean, I asked for more points, but I am stunned early in this one. 7:34 remaining here in the first half, and Baltimore is in full control. We haven't even seen resistance from Buffalo yet. Buffalo's got to score on this drive if they want to keep it in the game, keep themselves in the game. They're just going to embarrass all of America because 67% of the U.S. picked America. I mean, 67 of the America picked Buffalo. No, that's my bad. Excuse me. We got news that Calvin Johnson is entering the pride of the Lions on Monday Night Football. Congratulations to him, among the greatest players in team history. Justin Tucker will kick this one off for yet another touchback. And Baltimore is having themselves a ball game to open up. Justice Hill, Derrick Henry they're just chilling on the sideline at this point. Like, it's all Baltimore early, and Zachary Orr is doing his job fantastically well. And both Monken and Orr, it's still Monken, right? Yeah, I think it is. Both Monken and Orr are doing an incredible job on their selective sides of the ball. I mean, Baltimore's just scoring every time they touch the ball, and the Orr's keeping the ball out of Josh Allen's hands, and that's a fantastic, very hard. Credit to him. Allen will drop back to pass. He knows he needs it. Oh, and it's almost intercepted. Oh, right into the dropped by the defender. A dangerous throw. Oh, that was rough. He almost had that one in the bag. That was very. He read the route perfectly. He just dropped it. That was that should have been a pick. He's gonna want that one back. That's rough. Hey, Josh, throw him another one. See if he catches it a second time, eh? And so Josh Allen's interceptionless streak continues. He'll dump one down towards Khalil Shakir, who returns into the game. That'll go for about 3 yards. 7:19 remaining here in the second quarter. So what we're going to do is 2 minutes before halftime, I'm going to go get a new drink so that during halftime I'm here in case Tom wants to come in, like he did a few weeks ago. But I'll be ready this time. I won't be like, oh my god, I have the whole script prepared. Josh Allen drops back, blitz coming, pressure going, and he is taken down. Kyle Van Noy. Down goes Allen. And Baltimore gets Buffalo off the field in a minute. In 1 minute, Buffalo is off the field. And Baltimore will have a chance to go up 28-3. Wow. If it's 28-3, do we just call this game? Do we just call it at 28-3? This is embarrassing for Buffalo early. And they will punt it away with 6:15 remaining here in the half. It's a fairly good punt, and it'll be fielded at the 20-yard line. Well, he'll take it out a bit, and that'll get to about the 30. There's a fumble. Ball might have been on the ground there. Unless Hardy, I couldn't tell. There was a lot of confusion there. I don't know who came up with it. It's Baltimore ball. Long story short. It's a Baltimore ball. No, it was in the right person's hand. I was confused for a second. But Baltimore will start again from their own 29-yard line. They're up 21-3 with 6 minutes remaining in the half, 5:59 to be exact. And they are in great position to go up 28-3 before Buffalo gets the ball again. The good and the best thing is that if they score here, they give Buffalo the ball back, they get a good stop, they get the ball, score again, maybe even a field goal. Then they get the ball after halftime because they won the toss, they deferred, and then they're up by potentially as much as 42-3 before Buffalo even knows what hit them. And that's no coming back. This game's over at that point. The way this is going, wow. What a remarkable start to this game. All right, I'm lowering the desk back down. I'm going to take a seat. Click. Here we go. This feels too low. It's good enough. No, yeah. So it's been a really surprising one so far. Derrick Henry's ran for 104 yards and a touchdown. Justice Hill leads the team in receiving with 4 receptions for 57 yards and a touchdown. Lamar Jackson's already gone 9 of 11 for 114 and 2 TDs. An incredible start to this game for Baltimore. Fantastic. There is weird stuff happening today, y'all. There's just some weird stuff going on. First, I got attacked by a giant bug earlier, and now there's something I just heard in my ear. I'm like, did something land on the microphone? Did you hear that? All I heard was, I'm like, what? It was only out of my left ear, though, so I'm like, my house really is haunted, huh? We discussed this last time that it's the pink dwarf. That is definitely the pink dwarf. But still, I didn't think, it would come out every night. Shirley. Don't call me Shirley. If you got the reference, you got the reference. First and 10 for Baltimore at their own 29-yard line. See what Baltimore can do before giving the ball back to Buffalo and then receiving the halftime kickoff. It's a screen towards Aguilar. Aguilar's got nowhere to go. He'll be dropped for a loss of 2. The left sideline official towards where the screen was made will drop a flag. We'll see what the call is. Will be illegal men downfield on Baltimore. Ineligible man downfield. My mistake. Gotta be correct. So that'll be declined. So the result of the play will just be second down. And Buffalo playing a bit conservative here. They're going with the loss of 2 and the loss of down as well. The illegal men downfield was on Daniel Falele. Falala. Lamar Jackson, Hill in motion. Jackson will just tuck it and run. He's got a bit of space, and he'll lower his helmet, and will get the first down. A nice little run for Lamar Jackson. And that'll be enough for about 12. They might give him a bad spot here. Let's see. It looked like they might have placed it a little short. Of course, the yellow line is a rough estimation at this point. So, as the commentators always tell you, so it's a rough estimation, so we'll see where the exact spot is. They're going to call him short, 2nd and inches. Hand it off to Derrick Henry, who basically just has to extend his body far enough to get the first down. 1st and 10 for Baltimore. It is looking easy for the Ravens right now. I know the atmosphere has been pretty good so far, but they are really piling on Buffalo. They are moving. 21-3. That's crazy. And they're about to go for 28-3. I mean, what a game. What a start to this game. What a start. Lamar Jackson, I formation on 1st and 10 from their own 39-yard line. Hand off to Derrick Henry, who will extend for about a gain of 3 on the play. Todd Monken's the offensive coordinator for this Ravens team. He's in his 2nd season. He had an iffy start to his year last year, but he's done pretty well so far in this one. 2nd and 8 coming up for Baltimore. Lamar Jackson, he's got Henry by his side. 30 at their own 42-yard line. It was Flowers in motion. Jackson drops back deep to pass, and he'll throw deep. He's got a man! It's Rashad Bateman. First down, Baltimore, to the 35. And a nice throw by Lamar Jackson. Very nice throw. Where is this Bills team? Where is their defense? It was just zone coverage. It was like bad zone coverage too. He just sat in between a zone. In between 4 zones, he just sat there. And Lamar just hit him. That's an easy 20 yards. That is a mistake you cannot make. Play clock winding down at 3. Hand off towards Henry. Henry will get around the edge. He'll go for about a gain of 4 or 5 on the play, but there is a flag towards when the play happened. Also, tell me if I talk too fast. I do that sometimes. So the ability to commentate means you have to talk really fast sometimes. Especially when you're talking in Spanish. I can't talk that fast in Spanish. I can barely talk slow in Spanish. It'll be a holding penalty on number 20, Rosengarten, which will push them back 10 yards. 1st and 20 coming up for Baltimore. 21-3. The Baltimore Ravens lead with 2:51. Remember, at the 2-minute warning, I'm going to get a drink and I'm going to race against the clock. All right, we're ready. 1st and 20 from the Buffalo 45-yard line. Lamar Jackson will drop back to pass. He'll take it himself, and Lamar gets hit hard, and the ball is loose, and Buffalo will have it. Buffalo looked like they had it. Bit of confusion. Russo saying they have it, and Buffalo comes out with the ball. Is Lamar Jackson okay? He is. Oh, man, what a hit on Lamar. He got flown midair and dropped the ball. What a hit. He tried to hurdle him and got flipped upside down. No, that's good. And got flipped upside down, and then the fumble, and Spector recovers it. Wow. That is crazy. What a great tackle. Great job by Douglas. Really getting that hit, getting him in the air. Fantastic. Great job by Spector getting his hands under it, under the pile. 1st and 10. Coming up for Buffalo. Allen hands it off to Cook. Cook will go up the middle for about 5 or 6 yards in the play. Buffalo given life by the Lamar Jackson fumble. 2:16. They do not have to run a play. I'm going to hop out. They get a drink. I'm ready. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And this is the 2-minute warning. The Baltimore Ravens lead the Buffalo Bills 21-3. 2 minutes to go before halftime. 2nd and 5 coming up for Buffalo off the Lamar Jackson fumble. I'll be back in a second. I'm going to mute this first. Wasn't even close. The game wasn't even close to being back. If you have any questions regarding anything related to sports, it doesn't even have to be restricted to football. I'm pretty knowledgeable when it comes to most sports in general. You can ask MLB. You can ask NBA. You can even ask La Liga. Maybe not club, really, other than La Liga. I'm not that good. Country, you can definitely ask. For soccer, that is. Football, as we call it over here. I did see the cat trade. I was way shocked. I thought the Timberwolves were still high on him, but I guess not. That was a little surprising for me. I think the Knicks made a great move. I think they dumped an old man onto Minnesota and got a still rising star in Karl Anthony Towns, because Julius Randle's ancient. They're not gonna miss him. Didn't they also trade like Dante DiVincenzo or something? I didn't read the full details, but I saw it. I think the Knicks got it better. Josh Allen drops back. Allen will take it himself, and he'll slide short of the first down. It'll be 3rd and 1. Colorado this year, final record. Let's see. I don't know their schedule off the top of my head, but they're not making the college football playoff, if that's what you're asking. And hopefully no one expects them to, because it's kind of delusional. They might have a good year, but they're not making the college football playoff by any means. They lost to Nebraska. They're going to lose to Kansas State for sure. 1 second after this play. 3rd and 2. Josh Allen with Cook in the backfield next to him. 3 seconds. He'll get it off. Allen will drop back and he'll throw up the middle. Tight pocket and can't complete the pass going towards Khalil Shakir. So they're going to lose to Kansas State, in my opinion. They're going to lose to Arizona as well. So that's 0-2 along the line. They're going to beat Cincinnati, beat Texas Tech. They're going to lose to Utah, beat Kansas, and lose to Oklahoma State. So not great. They did look good on Saturday, but they were also playing a UCF team who, if you shut down their run game, they really can't do anything. Because RJ Harvey is by far the best player on that team. KJ Jefferson's just okay. So it was a good game, but I'm not sure. Marlon Humphrey was injured on the play for Baltimore, and Sean McDermott's trying to get his timeout back because he called timeout. But he's trying to get his timeout back because of the injury. And, yeah, definitely. The odds are definitely higher than they were. But when you look at statistically speaking, they only won by 5 against North Dakota State. They lost by 18 to Nebraska. And they won by 7 against a Baylor team that's not all that good. And then they routed UCF. But that was one game. So by no means do I think that they might make a bowl game. They could very easily make a bowl game, but I do not have them making the college football playoff. Did I see the Georgia-Alabama game? Yes. I did see it. It was good. I was very happy. I generally don't like Georgia and Alabama because it's always the same guys. Whoa. Marlon Humphrey kind of faked an injury there. What was up with that? He kind of just sat down. That looked like a fake injury on his part. Sean McDermott will get to keep his timeout. They're 6 of 6 on 4th down this year. It's 4th and 2. They're tied first in the NFL. And first to be all alone. And there will be a timeout called. But this time for the opposite side of the field, on Baltimore. John Harbaugh not happy with what he was seeing from his defense. I did see the Georgia-Alabama game. Personally, I'm not a big fan of either team because it's always Georgia and Alabama. That's my whole thing. I'm like, it's always Georgia and Alabama. Make it different. Make it Miami and Texas this year. Can it be someone other than Alabama and Georgia? So I'm happy that Alabama beat Georgia because it's different because Georgia always wins. So I'm glad that Alabama did beat Georgia. I'm not glad that they're still Georgia's going to make it anyway. Which I'm like, whatever. It's always the same old dudes in the college football. It was always the same 4. So I'm really looking forward to the 12-team expansion because it was always Ohio State, Michigan, Georgia, and Alabama. And maybe Clemson, depending on the year. Excuse me. Josh Allen, 1st and 10 from the Baltimore 48-yard line as they try to get some momentum going before giving the ball back to Baltimore at the end of the half. Josh Allen will pass it. He'll drop back under a fair bit of pressure, and he'll sling one deep over the head of anyone. And that was no one in even a 20-yard vicinity of where he threw that. Kind of looked like he just threw that one away. Huh. Yeah, that was a weird throw. I'm confused over that one. Maybe he was trying to draw the pass interference, but even if it was a terrible throw, there was no way it was anywhere near him that it could have been called for PI. 2nd and 10 coming up for Buffalo. 2 men in the backfield with Allen. Allen will still drop back, looking for some dump-off options. He'll aim deep. He's got a man! Oh, and Keon Coleman drops it. Keon Coleman, he nailed Keon Coleman, and he go right through his hands. Good defense by Baltimore. Stevens was all over him, but Coleman had it perfectly thrown pass. That was an undefendable pass, and it just flies right through Coleman's hands. Oh, that's painful. That's painful. Sorry if the Colorado thing wasn't the answer you were looking for, but I'm not a huge fan of the way that Deion Sanders treats media in general, as somewhat of a media person myself. Josh Allen under a lot of pressure. He's going to have to scramble back deep into his own territory. He's at his own 30, and he'll just have to completely book it away, just barely getting it back to the line of scrimmage and towards someone in general, which brings up 4th down, which means the Bills will punt. They did not get anything off the Lamar Jackson fumble. And the Ravens are still holding strong. Zachary Orr somehow managing to find his way around this Bills defense, this Bills offense. It's late, okay. 4th down coming up for Sam Martin in Buffalo. They're punting. Sam Martin's the punter. That's not good. Sam Martin, we'll see how far this punt goes. Give the punter some respect, especially after A.J. Cole flexing on everyone, and that'll slow effort by Matt Collins. We'll give Baltimore the ball back at, I think, around 20, maybe, since it's a punt. Not quite sure the whole dynamic kickoff rules for certain. But why'd they have to change stuff? Anyway, they'll start with the ball at their own 20. I nailed it. Cheers to that. So I will, give me 1 second. I'm going to plug in my dying spreadsheet since it's electronic, and that'll charge through halftime, and hopefully it'll be relatively charged for the second half. 1 second. I made it. All right, so those that are here, there's a plan for halftime. I'm not going to move. I'm just going to stay here, and I'm going to pretend to talk about stuff so that at halftime, when Tom Grassi goes through his raids, when he normally does, he goes, okay, let's see this guy. He searches. He'll find us. He'll go in. We'll see that we're here, and then he'll do it. I feel like we almost got it last week, but he just clicked away because I wasn't around. I'm pretty sure that was what happened. But we'll get him this time. We got him once before. We can get him again. We can trick him. I'm wearing a different shirt. We got him. I won't use the script. We can do it. What is this? Just weird commercials. And again, all of football is weird commercials. So that's the plan. So we have to type in the chat, summoning Tom Grassi, like it's Yu-Gi-Oh. Summoning Grassi, Do that stuff. Just be like, Tom, come here. Yeah, that's all you have to say. Just type it. Summoning Tom Grassi, and then you're done. That's your job. If he doesn't show up, that's a him problem. We did everything we were supposed to do, right? If he doesn't. All right, so this has been a really surprising game. Really surprising game. It's had a lot of stuff so far. An 87-yard rushing touchdown, running backs galore, 3 touchdowns from Baltimore running backs, and no offense from Buffalo. That's crazy. I don't sneeze. I don't have to sneeze. Okay. M&T Bank Stadium, home of the Baltimore Ravens, is in a full blackout mode today with a occasional glare of purple. M&T Bank Stadium is actually a really nice stadium. It's interestingly constructed, so it's dizzying, but it's a fun stadium. Lamar Jackson's got the ball at 42 seconds as the 2-minute drill. They're just going to hand it off to Derrick Henry, who won't be able to get out of bounds after a nice tackle made in the open field by number 57. I believe that's Balon Spector, but I'm not sure. It's cold. I should go get my jacket, but then I would risk missing Tom. And Baltimore's just going to let this one wind down. They're not even going to bother to take this one into halftime right now. So at halftime, the score is 21-3. Baltimore leads Buffalo. Not the results I was expecting. I have to say, this has been quite the game to open up. 21-3. And it is officially halftime. I'm not tired. That was a That was a yawn for how boring the Bills are playing right now. Sean McDermott really, this is the most since 2023 Week 9, 21 points allowed and a half for Sean McDermott's defense. That is crazy. They're really not playing well just on either side of the ball. Buffaloes really have to clean up their play in general. All right, now's the moment. It's halftime. Summon him. Summon him. Summoning Grossi. Do it. He'll show up. I dare him. Go into his chat, type a link if you have to. Just type in a link. Hey, Grossi, come here. That's all you say. Hey, Grossi, come here. And then you send a link. That links it here, which I'm pretty sure is against the guidelines, but I haven't read them, so. Ain't no guidelines going to tell me what to do. Ain't no evacuation orders. People in Florida be like. So if you're watching these games on NBC right now, you can go ahead and mute that. You don't need any of that. You mute that. You just watch the game on there because for copyright issues, I can't show it online. But you can listen to my commentary just as fine. I'm probably better than Mike Tirico and Chris Collinsworth anyway. I mean, if you're not into Chris Collinsworth and Mike Tirico. Personally, I'm not. I don't particularly care for them. But I'm always here. Whatever the best game is, I'm here. I'm here for it. Sunday Night Football in these last few cases. Could be Monday night, could be Thursday night. It has been fun. I'm looking forward to doing this for every week of the season except with the exception of 2 weeks in late October. So what's happening there is I'm going to be in a location where I cannot do live commentary. So instead, I'll be doing stuff on my alternate channel, which is RSquared Monday Morning Mayhem, and you can go check that out by subscribing and hitting that notification bell so you know exactly when I do all that stuff. And the first video could be as soon as next week on that channel, depending on how things go. Thinking of doing a full commentary on that channel as well, but a little more fun, let's just say. A little more fun, so that'll be cool. All right, we're not typing in the chat. We have to summon Grossi. Come on, people. I'll start us off. Summoning. I misspelled his name. Don't worry about it. Tom's not here, right? Don't worry about it. Boom. Wait, exclamation mark. I'm boring. I use periods. All right, we did it. He's coming. I can feel it. Everyone left. No, I'm just kidding. I got like water everywhere when I did that. No one's summoning. Oh, maybe they're typing the link. I believe in you guys. You're on a mission. Come on. Kayvon Thibodeau. The New York Giants. Adam Thielen of the Carolina Panthers. Deion Dawkins of the Bills. Yeah. Okay, whatever. I can't vote, okay? I can't. It's a commercial about voting. I can't, okay? That was funny. Is he coming? I don't think he's coming. I think you guys have to summon him. Follow my lead. Just type the exact same thing if you have to. We can do it. Just bring him in. Just bring him in. Type the link in his chat if you have to. Go sneak attack on him. Yeah. Do it. If you have any questions for me, please do type in the chat below. Otherwise, I just have to talk to myself for 12 minutes of halftime. Could be anything, as long as it's sports related in some way. Excuse me. It's been an interesting game so far, to say the least. It's definitely been a bit of an interesting game. Is he here? Is Tom here? Did you summon him? Was that Tom? No. All right. It's you. I know it's you. No, I'm just kidding. It's probably not. Maybe, though. There's a chance. If you have any questions for me, please do not hesitate to type in the chat below. I will be more than happy to answer your questions. 12 minutes of halftime, people. Come on. Don't leave me hanging for 12 minutes. Gotta rest my voice. The commentary is good. They're doing highlights right now of the Commanders game. Very good performance by Jaden Daniels in that one. Very impressive. No one has summoned the Grassy Posse. I'm telling you. I see you. I know you're watching. You just have to type it in the chat, summoning the Grassy Posse. Or if you can't, hit a thumbs up on the video. Or go to his chat. Type in his chat. Try to come over here. One or the other. Just do something. So the Chiefs wide receiver Rashee Rice is having an MRI on his injured knee tomorrow, but they believe that he tore his ACL, which is not a good sign for Kansas City. Without Pacheco and Rashee Rice, they'll have to rely on the likes of Travis Kelce like they normally do, but he just hasn't been as good lately. Wonder what that's all about, huh? Hey, no one really knows how to get Travis Kelce more involved in the game. Which mic is it using? I'm actually confused. No, because I'm looking at like my mic thing. It's not. I'm gonna mute it for a second. No, yeah, it is connected. It's just being finicky because it like keeps turning off and on my screen. So if you're having sound issues and or light issues, please also do not hesitate to let me know, and I will get that fixed for you. You think he's doing them right now? I have no idea. I haven't checked. Should I check? Should I play his voice on mine so that he knows? Be back. Don't show up. All right, I'm here. All right, he's been summoned now just to see if he listens. All right, here we go. Listen up. Let's see what he's doing.
Yes, perfection. And if they fire, put flags at half staff and Scony for the green angle. No good. It was no good. I stopped making reactions for every game like you did last season, like one for each individual game. I do it. The game just has to be like good. So,
the game just has to be like good. You heard it.
Like an amazing game so far that we done reactions for. But didn't I do
Tom, am I right?
the Vikings game? There was some random game that I just did it for. Do we ever talk to Cam? No, I never got in touch. I think I talked to somebody.
He's not doing anything. That's not my fault. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. I blame him. Raise your hand if you blame him. If you blame Tom, he's not doing them today. It's a shame. How's it going? I guess he's just sitting there. Can't believe him. He's just talking about the game like a real commentator. This guy, am I right? Give me a second. All right. If you've enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Give this like a thumbs up. I saw that. That's not what I meant. I just saw someone remove a like and then put it back. It's not what I meant. Yeah, if you're enjoying this live stream, please do hit that like button. And, of course, subscribe. Oh, wait, sorry. I have to do that in the cool voice. And if you enjoyed this video, subscribe and turn the notifications on. And don't forget, there's another channel. You're gonna want to subscribe to that one too. Breaking news. That's the cool voice. There are other cool voices too. But I think this one is the coolest. It's much deeper and booming. It's very cool. See, if I were to do like an NFL thing, like Tom Grassi, that would be the voice of let's see, who would that be the voice for? Like the Vikings or something. I'm Minnesota. We are the Vikings. That doesn't really work. We're just having fun here. We're just having fun until the game starts back up again. Stretches. Tomorrow we got the Titans and the Dolphins. Ugh, as a Dolphins fan, I'm less than excited. But of course, Tyler Huntley, you never know. You never know. We got a good one between the Ravens and the Bills. It's about to come back. It's about to come back. I'm pumped for the second half. It's not ripe yet. Could have waited. The Ravens have been rolling through the first half with touchdowns with Justice Hill and Derrick Henry, including an 87-yard rushing touchdown from the King himself. He's got 109 yards in the game, along with a 5-yard receiving touchdown to go with it. Lamar's having a pretty good game as well. He's got his 8th game with more than 100 yards in the ground in the first half, most among the active players in the league. And the Ravens defense, they have 8 pressures on 19 dropbacks, 42%, 2.6 average time per pressure. Fantastic. 21 of 24 in the last 2 games for Lamar Jackson, 88%, 296 yards, 3 TDs, and 0 INTs in the first half. These first half for Baltimore have been a thing of legends. But if you remember from last week's Dallas game, things get a little closer as the fourth quarter comes nearer. And so Baltimore will start off from their own 30-yard line as the ball bounces off the back of the end zone. Currently, Coach John Harbaugh is doing an interview, so the best I can do is imitate a bird, a raven. Caw-caw! That's my interview. Yeah, I'm tired. Been a long day. Anyone ever feel like that days just go on forever? I feel like today was like Friday. The only reason I know it's Sunday is because there's football today. Otherwise, I would have been like, isn't today like Tuesday or Wednesday or something? Didn't it start on Friday? Lamar Jackson from the 30-yard line. Zay Flowers in motion. Henry by his side. And it'll be a play action towards Henry. And there's an open blocker. And Lamar will have to throw it out of bounds, but he doesn't get towards the line of scrimmage. That might be a flag there. I'm surprised they did not call that. He was not out of the pocket, though. There, I'll call him that. All right, that's what I thought. Intentional grounding offense number 8. Thank you. They also had an ineligible man downfield as well. That's funny. Yeah, it was just a wide open. I could see him from the beginning. There was a hole. There was just a gaping hole, 42. He came right through, and he was just outside of the pocket. That's why. He was just outside of the pocket when he threw it. All right, so 2nd and 24 coming up for Baltimore. Not great. Not a great situation they're in. So open up this second half. But we've seen bigger. Lamar has to drop back to pass this time. And he'll overthrow Hill, but Hill still manages to come down with it. Gets about a gain of 4 on the play. 3rd down coming up for the Ravens. Injury update for Buffalo on Taylor Rapp. Hopefully they'll... He's going to the locker room, which means he's probably not coming back to this one with a concussion. Yep, concussion. He is out for the game. Goodbye, Taylor Rapp. I mean, that's kind of what he gets for headbutting Derrick Henry in the knee. 3rd and 20 coming up for Lamar Jackson, and the Baltimore Ravens offense has been red hot to start. Buffalo's putting the pressure on Jackson early. Lamar launches one deep. And off the hands of Zay Flowers, which brings up 4th and 20, and the Ravens will be forced to punt after only a minute of offense, which will give the ball back to Buffalo, giving Josh Allen a chance to turn this game around. Lamar, it was a good throw. He hit him in the hands. Flowers dropped it. He was a little too focused on the feet and not focused enough on the catch. Happens, it happens. Happens to the best of them. He actually had his feet inbounds, but he just couldn't make the catch. He had it. So Stout will punt it away. And it's a good punt. We'll get it to about the 35, depending on the return. And the return will get him swamped at about the 40-yard line. So Buffalo will start their drive at their own 40-yard line. Out comes Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills offense. Allen has had not much time. He's been focusing on the screen passes because they know the blitz is coming from somebody. They've just been throwing it to anyone that he can get on a screen. Tight ends, wide receivers, Shakir, Samuel, Cook, Kincaid, Knox. He's gotten all of them. He's hit almost every single wide receiver and even receivable person on the team with the screen pass so far in this one. He's got 42 yards. It's the fewest in the first half since 2020 in week 6. 1st and 10 from their own 40-yard line. Allen handoff to Cook. Cook backtracking, going the wrong way, makes one man miss and can't make the second one miss. That'll be a loss of 1 on the play. 2nd down and 11 coming up for Buffalo. Let's go, Buffalo! I've never been a fan of it. Same for the train. I do like the Ravens fight song, which I only recently learned. It's just Seven Nations Army. Dum, 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 dum. I'm not sponsored by or anything for that. So, wait, I don't have to do that for that one. Don't copyright me. Just don't copyright me. Notre Dame, Kyle Hamilton out of Notre Dame in his young career. I didn't read it. I just saw a little bit. But he's been really productive for this Ravens defense, coming on blitzes and good defense. Ooh, a big hit on Curtis Samuel. Great job sticking with him on Marlon Humphrey on that one. Brings up 3rd and 5 or 6 for the Ravens, for the Bills. $12:45 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. 3rd and 5 coming up for Buffalo. 3rd down conversions, they only have wow, that's terrible. They're 1 of 8 so far today, and it's from 4 to 6 yards. So this is in their range where they got their 1. The play clock is winding down, though. It's at 5, 4, 3, 2. They gets it off. Allen drops back under a bit of pressure, under a lot of pressure. Baltimore players just tripping over each other, and another one coming. He launches one deep, and he's got him in! Khalil Shakir! Oh, he's down at the 2-yard line! What a throw by Josh Allen, keeping the play alive. What a throw. As Josh Allen keeps the play alive in a fashion that only Josh Allen could. For the first time, he actually stood it out. He was willing to wait a bit. He saw the man. He almost stepped out of bounds. He gets pushed out of bounds, and he nails Khalil Shakir down the field. Whew, man, that was tight. He takes a big hit on the sideline. 1st and goal on a gain of 52 to Khalil Shakir. Gain of 52. Here's Josh Allen under center. Handoff. Tyron Johnson, and he's in for the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo! And the Bills, Ty Johnson is in the end zone for the Bills. 4 plays, 60 yards, highlighted by a 51-yard Khalil Shakir completion on Josh Allen, extending a play. And the Bills are back in this one. Ty Johnson, a 4 or 5-yard run-ish on the play to get Buffalo in this one. Tyler Bass for the extra point. Good start for the second half for Buffalo. We could be seeing opposite halves. Extra point is drilled on that one. A great extra point. Great extra point. Great throw by Josh Allen. Perfect throw right into the hands of Khalil Shakir. Shakir did a great job just sneaking out undetected. And then it was just all down to Ty Johnson on a short run. Buffalo making it close. It's 21-10. I'm going to use the restroom, so I'm going to pop out for a little bit. Not long. I'll be back before the next one. I'm back again with plenty of time to spare. My timing is impeccable. And it's back right now. Wow, maybe not too much time to spare, but enough time. They're doing some high school stuff like they do every Sunday night. I don't know any. I don't play high school. Maybe next year. No, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna be a journalist for high school once I'm back in the U.S. They don't really do that here in Europe. It's not a big thing. So Tyler Bass will kick it off after Buffalo scores their first touchdown off of a 51-yard completion to Khalil Shakir from Josh Allen, extending a play, and off of a costly intentional grounding penalty, which forced the Ravens to punt. I mean, what a job by Josh Allen, just extending the play, taking the hit, looking downfield, and just hitting his man. What a throw for being hit on the sideline. He kept his feet inbounds. He threw right on time, jumps into the air to throw it, and then takes the hit. Impressive play. So Lamar Jackson has to come up with a bit of a comeback of his own. Let's see if he can do it. Lamar, handoff, Derrick Henry. Henry right up the middle for about a gain of 5 on the play. Second down coming up for the Ravens. 11-10 remaining here in the third quarter. The Ravens lead by 11. Cole Bishop, the rookie out of Utah in the second-round selection, 60th overall, has been huge for this Bills defense. He's been somewhat of a lockdown safety. Not much has gotten past him. I can hear the kill right now. There was some pre-snap motion. They're calling this dead. It's going to be false start on Baltimore. I got a little bit antsy with Russell Douglas coming off the edge. False start offense. Why does he stand like that on Charlie Kolar, the third-string tight end, number 88? Standing like, it was on the offense. He's standing like he's an NPC in a video game. It was on the offense. 15-yard penalty. Replay. First down. He looks like a square the way he stands. Hey, welcome back, Boner. Lamar Jackson hands it off to Derrick Henry, and he's going nowhere for a loss of 2. Buffalo's defense comes up with a big stop there. You missed Buffalo scoring a touchdown. It's now 21-10. Yeah, you probably walked into something a little strange there. Me just standing up. Penalty. That's what you walked into, Boner, like right when. 3rd and 11. They give him a generous spot there. 3rd and 11, I thought it was for sure a loss of 2 or 3. Aguilar's in motion. Lamar Jackson with Hill by his side. Jackson will drop back to pass on 3rd and 11. He'll have to step up under a lot of pressure. Has to make a man miss and cannot. Balon Spector drops him in the backfield for a loss of 2. And Josh Allen gets his helmet back on. And the Bills are showing up to play today. About time, honestly. Okay, it's about time. Lamar Jackson looked a little shaken up after that one. After the tough ankle tackle by Balon Spector. He was just a little slow. Not enough to be concerned. First sack of the day for the Bills. 4th and 12, meaning Stout is here to punt. And here comes the punt. And it's a good one. It'll pin him back at the 20 and a muff! But he'll hop back onto it. We've seen our fair share of muffed punts today. Corrington manages to get back on top of it. And disaster averted after he drops it and and he lands back on top of it before Tylan Wallace can get there. Well, I had him sweating for a second there, huh? But the Bills will retain possession. They will start with the ball at their own 20-ish yard line. 20-ish. That's the official term, 20-ish. Excuse me. Yeah, it was a well put together drive for Buffalo in the first quarter. Yeah, in the third quarter, I'm exhausted, guys. I'm exhausted. But it's been. What was I even gonna say? It was a nice drive in the third quarter. They really capitalizing off of the bad penalty on Lamar Jackson, which forced a punt. They're starting to get stops now. Their defense is motivated by offense, and suddenly the momentum shift, you can feel it. I can feel the momentum shift going towards Buffalo's direction. I would not be surprised if Buffalo cashes in again here. This is what I'm saying about starting off strong and then staying consistently. They're not doing that. They have to be able to stay consistent to be able to win this football game if they're going to be able to come up on top of the Bills. I don't really know what else to say. I don't have my statistics up anymore. Died. Electronics, am I right? Youngins these days. That was a funny commercial there. Anyway. So it was a nice drive. If they can capitalize again here, Buffalo's in really good shape to make a bit of a comeback and potentially even close all of the gap, perhaps even take the lead. If you're Baltimore, you have to get a stop here, get the ball back, drive down the field, score a touchdown, show them you're still in business. Philly cheesesteaks, Sean McDermott, 7 seasons together on Andy Reid's staff, John Harbaugh. regular season since 2018, entering week 4. Chiefs have a better record than the Bills, and the Bills and the Ravens have basically the same record. Can't beat the Big Reds since 2018. 3-4 against the Chiefs, 0-3 in the playoffs for the Ravens, and 1-5 against the Chiefs, and 0-1 in the playoffs for the Ravens. That's crazy. Yeah. Neither of them have any luck against Kansas City. I mean, they are going for the three-peat, and I'll say that. Although they have looked a bit sloppy. Dalton Kincaid in motion. Allen under center. Cook in the backfield. It's a play action. Cook has to pick up a block on Hamilton. Hamilton against Allen. Allen will have to throw on the run again, and he'll just throw it away. I was getting excited after that 51-yarder earlier to Khalil Shakir, and this time he didn't have anyone to throw to. As you see now, you'll probably see Mike Tirico and Chris Collinsworth on your screen. Go ahead and mute them. Come on over here. You don't need them. They're probably not even all that good to you anyway. I have a lot of respect for them, but I think I'm better. I'm pretty good, I mean, you gotta admit. And I'm talking to you, so they're just talking. What even was that? Did you hear that? Is that just me? Am I losing my mind over here? That was really creepy. Josh Allen drops back to pass. He throws in a beautiful catch by Keon Coleman. Gets the first down, and the Bills are in business. The sound that I heard, it sounded like a computer was turning like on and off, but like only in the left side of my ear, and these are not Bluetooth headphones, so I do not understand. It's like, ding! I'm like, what was that? So sudden, too. What a catch by Keon Coleman. He just went up there right one-on-one with Stevens. It was basically a jump ball, and he won that. He just wanted to catch it more. Cook in motion in the backfield. Allen will hand it off to him. Cook will go for about 4 or 5 on the play. Keon Coleman playing basketball. Oh, he was pretty good. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, it's like he was pretty good. He's dunking all over them in high school. Wow, it's crazy. And he showed a bit of that height there against Stevens as he just went up there and snatched it away from him. 2nd and 6. Handoff again to Cook, and Cook will go up the middle, and that'll get him a first down for about a gain of 6 or 7 on the play. Buffalo is moving. Keep hearing weird sounds. I'm telling you, it's the pink dwarf. He's secretly alive. He's the ghost. He's like right there too. He's watching me right now. He's always changing directions he faced, but no one knows who moves him. 21-10, 1st and 10 from the Baltimore 47-yard line. Josh Allen under center, Cook in the backfield. Handoff will go to James Cook. Duo works, and he'll get another 4 yards on that one. 2nd and 6, I assume, coming up for Buffalo. We have 6:45 remaining here in the third quarter. Buffalo is taking their time. They know they're not in a hurry. Actually, oh, it's my cup. I'm like, what is that sound? Okay. And it's a wildcat-ish. Oh, and Josh Allen tries to get a strip sack. Baltimore's got it. A terrible trick play gone horribly wrong. And Curtis Samuel started in shotgun position. He ran towards the left. He got blown up, handed it to Josh Allen, who's injured on the play. And so is Dalton Kincaid. There's a lot going on. There's a flag. Curtis Samuel gave it to Josh Allen, who then got the ball stripped out of his hand and then got hit hard by number 98. Absolutely nailed. And Dalton Kincaid was also injured on the play. Those are two of Buffalo's best players. Ooh, that is not good. He got nailed. And there's going to be a penalty on Baltimore, unnecessary roughness, and Marlon Humphrey. So the fumble will not happen. but Josh Allen wincing in pain on the side. Well, let's see. It might have been after the play was over. It was, in fact, after the play was over. Dalton Kincaid was not actually injured. He just got punched. So it will stand, but Josh Allen got hit really hard on that one. Reason for concern for Bills fans. Oh, man. He does not look comfortable. So Baltimore will get the turnover, but tough scene in Baltimore as Josh Allen heads to the sideline, wincing in pain. We'll see if we can get an update on that later. Till then, Zay Flowers is in motion. He'll go right back the way he came. Lamar Jackson will hand it up the gun to Derrick Henry. We'll go for about a gain of 4 or 5 on the play. Derrick Henry, 9 expected rushing yards. Touchdown probability was 0.01%. His top speed was 21.29 miles per hour. And he capped it off with an 87-yard touchdown run. What a run that one was. I'm still thinking about Josh Allen. That was such a bad hit. And I mean, it was clean because he wasn't defenseless. And it was still an active play, and it was a momentum thing. But that is a tough play. Derrick Henry's got the edge. He's got room. The 40. He makes a nice move, and he's down at the 30-yard line. Derrick Henry. A lovely run by Henry. Gets him inside Buffalo territory. And this is a chance for them to go up 18. Nice run by Derrick Henry. Just keep moving those legs. He was waiting. He's got his hand up like, anyone want the stiff arm of the king? They went low. They just completely avoided it. They went for the legs. 13 rushes for 143 yards and a touchdown for Derrick Henry so far today. 2 men in the backfield with him. Flowers in motion. Jackson in shotgun. Jackson, he'll fake the screen and he'll hand it off to Justice Hill. We'll go up the middle for about a gain of 6 on the play. Get to about the 24-yard line. I wonder how my fantasy team's doing. I do wonder, but I don't want to check right now. It is pouring in Baltimore. Absolutely pouring. I don't know where that came from, but it's not only like sprinkling, it's just like full-on hurricane force downpour. Getting hit by a band or something? It is absolutely... Oh, please don't delay it. 2nd and 4 coming up for Baltimore. Lamar Jackson hands it off on a delayed handoff to Justice Hill, who will get dropped for a loss of 2. 4 minutes, just over 4 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. 19 minutes of football remaining in this one. Baltimore leads by 11 up on 3rd down. No matter what, Baltimore seems like they're getting points due to the fact that they have Justin Tucker. But it's 3rd and 7. It depends on whether it's a field goal or a touchdown. Josh Allen seems all right, I suppose. He doesn't seem badly hurt. He's just in a little bit of pain, but he's still talking to Coach McDermott on the sideline. That's a good sign. Lamar Jackson under pressure. He'll dump it off to Hill, who breaks a tackle and a spin move and another tackle. And he's down at the 9-yard line. Justice Hill looking like a Madden character out there. He's saying, I want everyone on ice skates except me. He just wants to be part of the ice. He's just flying. Nice speed there by Justice Hill. I already said justice is served. What do I say next time when he scores a touchdown? I think my touchdown calls are improving. Man, what a move. He's having 6 receptions for 78 yards and a touchdown for Hill today. And it'll be another hand. Oh, and Lamar Jackson will keep it himself, and I didn't even see it, and Lamar Jackson's into the end zone. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar Jackson off of the Allen fumble on the strip sack. And it's a trickeration, our RPO. It was more like an RRO. And Lamar Jackson says, I'm taking this one myself. Thank you very much. Oh, it was Isaiah Likely was leading the way with the block. That was a clever move. He gets a nice block on Damar Hamlin, which leaves Lamar Jackson. The only place to go is in the end zone, and Lamar Jackson cashes in on that one. So Jackson will bring this game up with the extra point. Tucker drilled it 28-10. The Ravens hold an 18-point lead again. Buffalo finally thought they had something going, but Allen got nailed and strip sacked at the end of their last drive. And Baltimore cashed in 28-10. The Ravens have the lead. Oh, man, what a game. This game's had everything so far. This is exactly what I wanted. High scoring. Got 38 points in total. Maybe not so one-sided as it is, but it's still a good game. Definitely a really good game so far. I'm loving watching the Bills lose. I am worried about Josh Allen, though, because as a football fan in general, that's terrible for Buffalo. Terrible. If he's unable to go on this next drive, that tells us a lot about the state that he's in. Yeah, a lot of stuff that could be taken into account. His backup's Shane Buechele, I believe. And that's not a good thing. That would be absolutely terrible if he was out too. Dalton Kincaid, will also see what his status is. He appears to have been punched after the play was over, after the strip sack by Marlon Humphrey. So we'll see what ultimately was the call there. Whether he's good to go or is he in concussion protocol or something. Don't know. That's funny. Finally getting Case Keenum to do something in these new insurance commercials. I won't say what, but insurance commercials. It's actually been a really fun one. On Thursday Night Football, we have the Falcons and the Buccaneers. If anyone wants to watch that, me commentate on that one. Comment down below. Just say what game you particularly want me to commentate on. Jets Vikings in London, I'd be more than happy to. Probably will. Sunday Night Football, I would rather not. It's Cowboys Steelers. That game's going to be boring. Monday night, we have the Chiefs taking on the Saints. Excuse me. Yeah, really. You say the word and I'll try to make it work. I'll create like a poll or something once I Google how to. I know there's a way to. I've seen people do it before. I just don't remember. It is late here. Late. We're back here from Baltimore as the Ravens lead by 18 as Justin Tucker will kick into the back of the end zone where Buffalo will start their drive at their own 30-yard line. Josh Allen is good to go. He's coming back into the game. That's a good sign. He got hit hard at the end of that one, but it was like purely a momentum thing. There was nothing he could have done. He was throwing on the sideline just fine. He seems all good. It looks like it might have been a shoulder injury, but he is all good now, and he is still in the game. That's a huge thing for Buffalo. Rough hit, though. Very rough hit. I don't see Kincaid for the time being, but he might open up. That's Knox. No, I don't see Kincaid for the beginning. That'll go incomplete towards Gabe Davis. The first time he's been, not Gabe Davis. What am I saying? Matt Collins. I'm thinking the old number 13. No, it was Matt Collins towards his way. And that'll fall incomplete. Kincaid is back in the game as he comes onto the field for this one. So both Allen and Kincaid are both here down by 18 in Baltimore. Play clock winding down. Allen drops back. He'll have to throw it, and he's got Kincaid open in the middle of the field to the 45-yard line of Baltimore. A really nice throw by Allen. Fits it right in there perfectly to Dalton Kincaid. Really great play call by Sean McDermott and Joe Brady and co. Probably Joe Brady. But he was wide open, abusing the zone coverage there. Love to see it at the 45-yard line of Baltimore. Making sure I'm not so loud. Josh Allen dumps it off to to Dalton Kincaid again. Kincaid takes a shot to the head, but looks like he'll be fine after a 4-yard pickup. Big collision there. Kincaid just tops right back up. They are forcing him out of the game. They're bringing in Dawson Knox. They shouldn't force him out for long, but at the moment, he's out of the game. Probably for one play. But Dawson Knox is in. 2nd and 6 for Buffalo. Kincaid is still okay, somehow. Josh Allen. He's all alone in the backfield. He'll drop back to pass, and he'll load one up, and what a throw! Keon Coleman. What a catch and what a throw. Right where only he could get it. 1st and 10 for Buffalo as Coleman down the sideline beats Stevens again. Coleman's just wanting it more today. Great catch, great throw, great connection. Allen going hurry up. He'll snap it fast. He's going for the end zone. He wants it all, and there's nothing there. He way overthrew whoever he was throwing to. 2nd and 10 coming up for Buffalo. There's 1 minute and 8 seconds remaining here in the third quarter, which means we still have a solid 16 minutes left of Sunday Night Football. The Ravens lead by 18. That's plenty of time. Just look at the Cowboys. That would be hilarious if it happened twice. Josh Allen drops back to pass again, and he'll throw underneath towards Coleman, which will go for about a gain of 6 on the play. If I had a quarter for every time a team came back to almost win it when Baltimore had 28 points, I could have 2 quarters, which is not a lot, but it's weird that it happened more than once. That would be hilarious. I'm just waiting for it. 3rd and 4 coming up for Buffalo after the 6-yard completion to Keon Coleman. Allen under a lot of pressure. Humphrey got him on the blitz. Pressure coming from Smith, and he'll have to get rid of it. What a pass rush. And Baltimore stands strong. And they are partying as Odafe Owe got some pressure after Marlon Humphrey. I said Smith. It was Odafe Owe. I got the numbers mixed up. 99-0. They look basically the same. Marlon Humphrey got the initial pressure, and Odafe Owe showing off that speed as he came at Allen with a hunger. He wanted him. But that is the end of the third quarter. The Baltimore Ravens lead 28-10 as Josh Allen, after a bit of a tough hit, he's still in the game for the Bills. They're not out of this one yet, but they don't have long. This is the end of the third quarter. Fourth quarter should be a good one. Thank you very much. Nice. I hit my move goal. I haven't been moving. My watch is like, congrats, you hit your move goal. I'm like, I haven't done any. I've been sitting here for 4 hours. I've been sitting here for 2.5 hours. It's like, you hit your move goal. I don't believe you. Sometimes it's just because, like, I'm moving my arms. Like, when I'm very animated, you just can't see it. I'm just moving my hand, and it's like, you're working out. I'm like, I'm not. It's like, what are you exercising? Are you doing an elliptical? No. Treadmill? No. Stop asking. I really do not need this much control in my life. It's just fun. Like, I don't need to know how many calories I've burned every day. It's just kind of more fun that way. Back in my day, we didn't need anything to tell us how thin we were. We just looked in a mirror, you know? Yeah, it's been a fairly good game. I will say that. Even though it's kind of a blowout, I've enjoyed this game. It's been high scoring. We've seen a long touchdown. It's been a lot of scores. I've got to test out some touchdown calls, the good stuff, which has not happened on basically any other game that we've commentated on so far. Most of them have been terrible. Excuse me, we're back from Baltimore at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland, as the Ravens are hosting the Buffalo Bills, and they lead 28-10, 4th and 20, coming up for the Bills. And they will bring out Tyler Bass. First field goal he made was 50 yards. This one will be from 48. Should be a chip shot for Bass, one of the best in the league. And it is no good. He shanks it left. Forget I said anything. I jinxed the kicker. I gave him the jinx. I jinxed the kicker. I have to type it in the chat now. It's a thing. Yeah. That's so bad. That's never happened to me. It happens to other people, and there was like it was like a thing at a camp I went to. We had some professional broadcasters and like, oh yeah, whenever we jinx a kicker, whenever we're doing one of our stuff, we either put money in a jar or we just text everyone we know. It's like, I jinxed the kicker. I jinxed the kicker, guys. I jinxed the kicker. Could have been 28-13. Instead, it's 28-10, and Baltimore has the ball at 1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line. The fake handoff to Derrick Henry. Lamar Jackson's got room to run, and he'll get inside Buffalo territory and down at the 43-yard line. A good run from Lamar Jackson to open up this fourth quarter. Man, that's tough. Buffalo is getting smoked. This game's over if Baltimore scores a touchdown here. A field goal, maybe they're still in this. Touchdown, it's going to be tough. They have to shut down Lamar Jackson here. Lamar's having himself a day. 2 passing touchdowns and a rushing touchdown. Lamar hands off to Henry on a shovel. Henry will have to cut back inside, and we'll go for only a gain of 3 on the play. Maybe 3. Could have been 2. Can't believe I jinxed the kicker. I said he was one of the best kickers in the modern day NFL, and boom, he shanks it left. I got the commentator's curse on me. It's official. I'm an official commentator. I cursed the kicker. Great. That's going on my resume forever. I formation, Jackson. Shovel pass towards Henry. Henry breaks the tackle. The 30, the 20. He's got nothing stopping him. Oh, he's 1 yard short. Oh, and Rasul Douglas has to come from behind to make the tackle. Whew. Derrick Henry. Oh, man. Oh, he had him. Derrick Henry had that touchdown there. Wow. I thought he had it. What a comeback by Rasul Douglas there. Having to really put in some effort. He was far behind him. The former Green Bay Packer showing off a bit of his speed. Oh, it's close. All right, 1st and goal. I'm fine with Lamar taking this himself, honestly. Oh, and Henry gets stuffed on the handoff for a loss of 4 on the play. RRO. No, it's just RRO. Run option here. That's my call. Go with the run option to the right. Derrick Henry, we thought he had a good game last week. He's done the same thing this week, but on 5 less carries. And he's got 10 more yards. An incredible day for Derrick Henry. Lamar Jackson rolls to the right. He'll throw to the end zone. Dropped by Rashad Bateman. Rasul Douglas saves another touchdown. And now on this drive, 2 touchdowns saved by Rasul Douglas. Bring up 3rd down, but there is a flag with 12-11 remaining here in the game. Baltimore leads by 18. Holding offense. No, it was holding defense. It was on Russell Douglas. No, where? Huh? Back it up. Oh, that was egregious holding. he had the back of his jersey. That's just egregious holding. Wow. All right, Lamar, there's a timeout or a flag. Looks like it'll be timeout Buffalo. Let's boo Buffalo. Boo. And it'll still be 12-11 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Derrick Henry, in comparison to the legendary all-time great Eric Dickerson, the former Rams future, is he already I'm pretty sure he already is a Hall of Famer. And Derrick Henry has a very similar run to Eric Dickerson. Wow, that's actually kind of cool. They have the same walk. Oh, look at that. The side by side, except Henry's a lot clearer. So Buffalo's the one that called timeout. So 2 timeouts remaining for the Bills. As the Ravens are at first and goal, they need to stop here. Otherwise, this game might just be a wrap. I'm so happy no matter what. Because if Buffalo makes a comeback, it's a great football game. If they lose, then Buffalo loses. And Derrick Henry almost got there. A spin move almost got him there. But the Bills' defense holds like a brick wall. Henry, a little top heavy, needs some help from Patrick RSquared to get back up like a turtle. Pro Football Hall of Fame class of 1999. I knew it. Yeah, that was just me being young. It was just a youngin' moment. I'm like, wait, Aaron Dickerson is a Hall of Famer, right? Second and goal coming up for Baltimore. Again, RRO. It's not going to be. It's going to be a pass here. They won't hand it off again. They hand it off again. Oh, fumble! And Derrick Henry coughs it up. Who's got the football in the end zone? If Baltimore's got it, it's a touchdown. Lamar Jackson saying touchdown. Refs are trying to clear everything out. And Patrick Ricard's got it. The fullback. Touchdown, Baltimore. Not the best way to do it, but a way to do it nonetheless. Off the fumble from Derrick Henry, Patrick Ricard somehow gets the ball. And hey, points are points. And the Ravens have taken an even bigger lead. This game, I'm calling it. I'm calling the game here. Baltimore wins 34-10, assuming. We'll see what the extra point is, and then I'll talk. Justin Tucker, extra point. I won't say anything about him being a good kicker. And the extra point is good. 35-10. This game's pretty much a wrap, folks. The Ravens are dominating. It is a 25-point game. Per official terminology, a blowout is a lead that consists of 21 or more points. So this is officially a blowout. And yeah, so this game's over. I think it's over. I think Buffalo lost, which I am perfectly fine with. Let's go Buffalo. Tough game for Josh Allen. Man, Baltimore, this is such a statement for the Ravens. Like, what a win. They needed this one bad, especially after they beat Dallas, where it's kind of like, okay, are they actually good? Then they come in here and they make an example out of Buffalo, and suddenly they're right back to being contenders. Starting 0-2, now they're 2-0, similar to Denver, which is weird to have Baltimore and Denver in the same category, but they are. They are. I can't believe I jinxed the kicker. I keep seeing it. I'm like, I jinxed the kicker. Ugh. I'm the reason they missed that field goal. This has been a really fun game, though. I can't wait to see how this one pans out, even if it is not a win for the Bills, who I did pick at the beginning of the game, but I don't like the Bills, so I'm perfectly fine with it being the Ravens. So say you're watching on NBC right now for this fourth quarter, go ahead and mute them. You don't like listening to Chris Collinsworth or Mike Tirico. Come on over here, mute your TV, watch the game, but listen to me commentate on it. It's just so much better. Ask anybody. Just ask anybody. No one wants to listen to them. Say you don't like Tom Brady or Tony Romo. Come over here, which most people don't. So come over here. Come hang. Hang with the away team in this case, because I'm in Europe. So I got to keep pointing it out. Because it's like there's no excuse for how tired I am if it's like Eastern time, which is what it normally would be. But it is like 2 or 3 in the morning right now. So it's early and I'm tired. Doing a Red Cross thing right now, which I mean isn't sponsored, but you can go ahead and go to redcross.org/NFL just for them, but not sponsored. American Red Cross organization for relief support from Hurricane Helene. Yeah, it's Helene. So the Ravens are up 35-10 with 11:23 remaining here in the fourth quarter. This game is pretty much a wrap, but I'm still here. We're still commentating for the next 11 minutes. You know, maybe I should have commentated on Packers-Vikings. Shifting gears, Buffalo roster changes. 10 former Pro Bowlers who played for the Bills in 2023 are not back with the team or are on IR. Well, oh no, Jordan Poyer, bye. No. Up, and then they shipped off. Matt Milano is injured. No! Everyone's gone. There's just no Buffalo Bills players left. It's like a completely new Pro Bowl team. Josh Allen drops back to back, and he'll throw a quick one, and it's dropped by Matt Collins. It was a terrible pass, but it was behind him, but he still dropped it. Brandon Beane, the general manager for Buffalo, is not liking what he's seeing out of his Bills so far today. It's been, really just at all today, 35-10. There's not really too much coming back from that. I think Baltimore's done their job. I think they listened to me. I should be their head coach, or at least their offensive analyst of some kind. Josh Allen drops back to pass, and he'll throw deep and dropped. And it's another one dropped by Dalton Kincaid. Hello. 3rd and 10 coming up for Buffalo. $11:14 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Baltimore has done a really nice job. I really should be an offensive analyst for them because did I not predict exactly what was going to happen? Other than that, I said Buffalo was going to win, but forget about it. Forget about it. But overall, I said the way Baltimore wins this game is a fast start, and they have to keep building on the momentum. Josh Allen drops back to pass under a lot of pressure, under a blitz. He's fighting off one, and another one's coming for him, and he's just going to have to throw it away, and it's almost intercepted. They'll just fall incomplete. Matt Collins slow to get up. The play brings up 4th and 10. It's tough. It's tough. Where was I? The way they won the game is they just stay consistent. And that's exactly what they didn't do against Dallas, and they've done the opposite of what they did against Dallas here today. They just have to hold on for 10 more minutes. I think their defense has been really good. I think they've found who they are. I think they understand now what Zachary Orr's scheme is as a defensive coordinator. I think it's going really well. Sam Martin on the punt for Buffalo. Good pressure on the punt, but Martin will get it off. And that'll go to about the 20-yard line where it'll be fielded, and he'll be taken out to about the 30 where he'll be about swarmed at the 32.5-yard line. $10:53 remaining here in Baltimore, Maryland, as the Ravens lead by 25. It's a blowout, folks. But stick around because it's still 10 minutes and 53 seconds of football left. Hello, welcome to the Exponential. My name is RSquared. Yes, it's very funny. It's an exponent, you see. We take sports very seriously here. We take everything to the second power as far as sports goes. We analyze things through the third power, and we make sure that we review through all the dimensions of the fourth power so that nothing slips past us here on the Exponential. I saw that. Like 3 of you left during that. That was terrible timing. We're currently in a commercial break. Hey, everyone left. All right. We're in a commercial break here in Baltimore, but don't go away. Still 10 minutes left. I know it might be. I'm tired. At least you guys might be tired too. I mean, you're probably mostly in Eastern, but some of you could be in Central and West, and you guys aren't as tired. I'm tired. I'm in Europe. I gotta point it out because it's like it doesn't make sense for me if I'm tired and it's like 10 o'clock at night. No, it's really early. Say early because it's true. It's really, really early. It's not late at this point. It's just early. It's like road trip early. Those from the South know that. Like, get up that early, eat breakfast, get everything in the car, and then take a road trip. Catch him if you can. Lamar Jackson, 2024 MVP, is the second youngest player to win 2 MVPs age 27. Jim Brown won a second MVP at age 22. 5,566 career rush yards, third most by a quarterback in NFL history, and 14 career games with 100-plus rush yards, most by a quarterback in NFL history. He's got 28.1 points per game in Jackson starts, second highest for a quarterback in NFL history with a minimum of 50 starts. That's very good. He's an exceptional player, one of a kind. I actually compared a few other players to him recently. I said Cam Ward from Miami. He's very Lamar Jackson-like, but more accurate. Then I eventually decided that Cam Ward was more like Patrick Mahomes. Hand off to Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry breaks through a little, gets about 7 or 8 on a nice run up the middle. It's really just how you finish this game off. If you're Baltimore, you just run the ball right up the gun. Tick-tock. Do whatever you can. I mean, just hand it off, really. I would. Just kind of like slide it. Just hand the ball off. Knock down the clock. Doesn't matter if you don't get the first down. If you knock off enough time on these following drives, then there's no chance that the Bills come back from this. Hand off Henry. They'll be taken down for a loss of 1 on the play. 3rd and 2 coming up. Ten minutes remaining here in the game. Baltimore leads by 25. Really big statement win here for Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. One of their greatest, Derrick Henry, leading the way. 20 rushes, 191 yards, and a touchdown. The bad thing is I'm pretty sure I'm facing him in fantasy, so I'm not thrilled about that. But I might not be. I completely forgot. It could have been last week that I faced him. 3rd and 1. Lamar Jackson, handoff, Derrick Henry, and he'll get it. Another first down for Baltimore, which will take him to a few yards shy of midfield. 1st and 10 coming up for the Ravens. Josh Allen just sits on the sideline, looking like he's taking a nap with his hat over his face like that. He's just sleeping. 1st and 10 coming up for Baltimore. Baltimore came into this one 1-2, and they're going to exit with 500 record 9 minutes before the end of the game. I'm keeping a little countdown here. Allen technically had the better game. A lot of pressure coming for him on the run, and he'll get it off. And they're saying it's complete to Isaiah Likely. The Bills were saying incomplete. Likely was saying complete. Refs say complete. Let's see the replay here. There's a very low throw. That's incomplete. I think if they review that, that gets overturned any day. That's incomplete. Only if they review it, though. And it looks like there's the challenge flag. So Sean McDermott will throw the red challenge flag to keep this game going a little longer than necessary. 35-10. Baltimore has the lead. Buffalo is challenging the ruling on the field of a completed pass. And yet again, we have Mr. Referee. It is on the offense. He stands like a square. Like, how does he do that? He like raises his shoulders and says, hello, there is holding on the offense. 5-yard penalty. 10-yard penalty. But, you get the point. It just stands a weird way. I mean, we haven't had that many penalties. It hasn't been that bad. Not that bad. I'm going to see if my spreadsheet's charged so I can give some fun statistics during these final minutes. Good enough. 31. I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll take that any day. Nice. All right. I'm looking for fun stuff. All right. So, Lamar Jackson has thrown for a total of 156 yards. He's gone 13 of 18 for 2 touchdowns. Josh Allen's got no touchdowns, but he does have 30 more yards tacked on to Lamar Jackson's numbers. 180 yards, 16 of 29. Derrick Henry's having a massive game. 196 yards on the ground and a touchdown. Justice Hill through the receiving game, 6 receptions, 78 yards and a TD. While the Bills' rushing game is led by James Cook with 9 carries for 39 yards, while Khalil Shakir leads the way with 4 receptions, 62 yards, including that one big one. Baltimore has largely dominated. They own the possession game by 4 minutes. In this one, they have just about double the amount of yards that Buffalo has. Both have the same amount of turnovers, but they have exactly double the amount of first downs that Buffalo has. Buffalo's got 11. Baltimore's got 22. It has been a rough day for Buffalo. So it started off with a 7-3 when it was competitive, then 14 unanswered. Got up to 21-3. Then it was another 14 unanswered, and now it's 35-10. They have officially ruled the pass towards Isaiah Likely incomplete. Yeah, I mean, that was a pretty obvious call. 2nd and 10 coming up from Baltimore. Did they pass it again here or what? It'll be a handoff towards Hill. Justice Hill will have to make do. Don't get out of bounds. He'll intentionally stay in bounds with all of his effort. And that'll go for about a gain of 3 on the play. Old school offense. 1935. Love it. Oh, yeah. 1985 against the Dolphins in the Super Bowl, the Commanders. Oh, sorry, that's not the Dolphins. It's old. I know the Dolphins uniforms better than that. Tonight, yep, absolutely. Yeah, it's an old school offense. It's working. That's just how John Harbaugh operates. He's done a really great job. And off towards Derrick Henry, who tries to make a nice cut. Cannot. He'll get dropped for a loss of 1. 4th and 6.5, maybe 4th and 7, depending on the spot. But 7 minutes will count down as Buffalo will get the ball yet again. Ooh. All right, I'm going to shift so that I can stay awake. I'm going to stand up for these following 7 minutes with my standing desk. Nice. That's not nearly high enough. What's up? And so Buffalo will get to start with a fair catch at their own 6-yard line. The worst starting field position we've seen so far today. Oh, my back. I'm ancient. Yeah, I have back pain now. Yeah. Let's see. So Lamar Jackson has had a huge game. So not only has he gone 13 of 18 for 156 yards and 2 touchdowns, he's been sacked only once, but he's ran 6 times for 54 yards and a TD, which is spectacular all on its own. He's just an incredible dual threat quarterback. There's just no stopping him. He's been really incredible throughout his entire career, but today we're just seeing what makes him special. This is what makes this Baltimore team one of the best in the league. Even though we weren't seeing it through the first 2 games, they finally seem to have gotten their rhythm back on. Mark Andrews is having a terrible game. The former star tight end for the Ravens has been replaced by Isaiah Likely, who's only had 1 reception, but it was a pretty solid reception. The amount of targets that both of these quarterbacks have thrown to are just about the same. Actually, they're exactly the same. They've both thrown to 7 different people. But Lamar has only thrown to 3 people more than once and completed the pass, at least. Derrick Henry, Nelson Aguilar, and Justice Hill. Justice Hill has 4 more completions than anybody else on the Ravens. 4 more than both Aguilar and Henry, who are tied for second. While everyone else but Andrews is tied for third. It hasn't been like a productive passing day for Lamar Jackson, but it's been a really good day nonetheless. I mean, the defense has been playing fantastically. Kyle Hamilton leads the team in tackles. 6 solo, 1 half. He's got no tackles for loss, but Kyle Van Noy has been ripping through him. He's got 2 tackles for loss in this one. I mean, just that front group of Kyle Hamilton, Marlon Humphrey, Roquan Smith, Brandon Stevens, Kyle Van Noy, Odafe Owe. Those guys right there, those are the key pieces of this Baltimore team. Next Sunday, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers hosting the Dallas Cowboys. If you want me to commentate on that one, do comment on this one. There'll also be a post at some point in the week. You can find in the post section of this channel where you can vote on what do you want, probably. Which game? Oh, man, my nose is itchy. I'm just allergic to air. And so Buffalo will hand it off to Ray Davis, who gets swarmed at the 1-yard line, almost the safety. And Buffalo's Trubisky. Mitchell Trubisky. All right. I got it. What? What? Josh Allen got benched. Curtis Samuel gets nailed after a gain of 2. What is going on? Josh Allen got benched? This game is done. Wow, that's a new one for me. I didn't think it would ever come to that. I mean, it's happened before in the playoffs once when they were down big and they put in Matt Barkley, but still. What? Wow, that is shocking. They would bench him. No words. 3rd and 12 coming up for Buffalo. They're rushing 4. They're getting home. Trubisky's got to move, and he'll throw, and it's almost intercepted off the hands of Wiggins. 4th and 12 coming up for Buffalo. They benched Josh Allen. They benched what is going on with the world today? I mean, all the muffed punts. I jinxed a field goal. And no, I mean, Mitchell Trubisky almost throwing an interception isn't anything new. But what is new is the Bills benching Josh Allen. And Sam Martin punting from his own back of the end zone at the 1-yard line. Baltimore brings the heat. He'll get it off. And a good punt it is. Now get a shot at the 45. He'll return it at the 50 where he's upended. Great special teams work by Solomon, who will get him at midfield. running back comparison tonight. They both had Justice Hill has 10 touches for 18 yards. Derrick Henry has 24 touches for 196. Justice Hill has 78 reception yards. Derrick Henry has 9. But Henry's got 2 touchdowns and Hill's got 1. These two guys have been elite for the Ravens. There's been no stopping them. The Ravens really have been fantastic. There's just no other way to say it. They've just been stupendous. And in the game now for Baltimore is no longer Lamar Jackson. Yeah, I'm just in shock. That is Anthony Brown, I believe. Nope, it's Josh Johnson. It's Josh Johnson, journeyman Josh. In his 10th season, he's got a 70.6 quarterback rating, 13 and 16 touchdown to interception ratio, 2,280 yards, and a 58% completion percentage. Mr. Josh Journeyman Johnson is starting for the Baltimore Ravens right now. What? This game is wild. I did not see this coming. So not only does Josh Allen get benched because they're playing badly, but Baltimore has just been like, why risk it? And they're done with this game, basically. This is so, like, un-Sean McDermott-like. I get John Harbaugh, but this is so un-Sean McDermott. I don't know why he would bench Josh Allen. I mean, I get it. He took a hit earlier, and you're probably worried for his safety, but I would still play him in this one. I mean, it's not that bad. I would have let him go down the field a couple more times. Because why not? I mean, this game's over, obviously. I mean, I doubt Sean McDermott's even going to call his last time out. It's 3rd and 7. Coming up for Johnson, he'll roll out under a lot of pressure, and he'll have to dump it off quickly to Henry, who is met by a brick wall. 4th and 7 coming up for Baltimore. 4 minutes to go. So Baltimore will give the ball right back to the Bills. This has been a disappointing ending. Baltimore didn't even have the chance to throw away the 4th quarter because Buffalo, at the 10-minute mark, decides, you know what? Our quarterback isn't that good. It's not like he's the most accurate quarterback through the first 3 weeks of the year. He hasn't thrown an interception. I mean, he hasn't thrown a touchdown in this game, but he wasn't playing badly. I know he took a hit earlier, but still. That is an interesting move. Oh, and I don't know what happened there, but it's down at the 1-yard line. So again, Buffalo is pinned deep, but there is a flag. Potentially, IBB. Illegal block in the back. Do you like that? 3:18 remaining here in the game. See the call here. And it is interfering with the catch, I see. He interfered with the fair catch. I did not see that. This is crazy. So the Baltimore Ravens' upcoming schedule, they have a very winnable game against Cincinnati next week, another winnable one following that with the Commanders. Then they have the Bucs, a challenge before going on the road against Cleveland. Should be easy enough. And then the Browns, and then the Bengals again. Not too tough of a schedule. I got to say, the Bucs are their toughest opponent on that one, especially since Cincy's not looking all Cincy'd. It's a verb now. They're not looking Cincy'd. The Bills' upcoming schedule, however, is evil. They have the Texans and the Jets in back-to-back weeks before the Titans, which gives them a break. And then they have a Seahawks game, and then they'll annihilate the Dolphins. And then they have the Colts, which could give them trouble. You never know. But not an easy one. There's at least 3 losses on there. I mean, maybe not. They could play really hard. But you never know. I have them at least losing to Houston if they lose to Baltimore this badly. Yeah, what a game. What a game. All right, 30 seconds before the 2-minute warning. They'll probably just let this one tick I'll do my recap during the last 2 minutes. After we get back, I'll start doing that. So after we're back from the 2-minute warning, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is the 2-minute warning. Baltimore Ravens 35, Buffalo Bills 10. 3rd and 1 coming up for Buffalo after the break. Yeah, I mean, it's really not been a great game. I mean, the scoring's been nice. I'm going to throw this away for a second. I'm still here. I'm just cleaning up after myself. So earlier today, the Commanders defeated the Cardinals, led by Jaden Daniels. The Vikings defeated the Packers, making Sam Darnold the first player in NFL history to win 4 games with team and throw 2+ touchdown passes in each. The Colts defeated the Steelers. However, Anthony Richardson left the game in the first quarter with a hip injury. Hope he's all right. But Joe Flacco came in the game, 16 of 26, 126 yards and a touchdown. The Chiefs defeated the Chargers in their 10th straight win, 9th by 1 possession, but they lost Rashee Rice. And that'll go for a first down. I really appreciate all you guys who have been here for coming out in this one. It's been a fun Sunday Night Football, regardless of the score. It's supposed to be a lot closer, that's for sure. But Baltimore was the better team. They played much harder. So congratulations to the Baltimore Ravens. And it looks like Charm City is coming out of this one with a blackout win. I mean, what a crazy game. Buffalo's not even playing Mitchell Trubisky in this one. They're just running the clock out. And it'll be another handoff. They're just running the clock out. So a lot of questions for Buffalo. Hopefully some will be answered next week against Houston. And Baltimore is feeling very confident heading into their next one against Cincinnati. Bengals have not been very, very good lately, although they did pick up a win, only by 10 points against the Panthers, though. Not overly impressive. But, of course, next week, do let me know which one you want me to commentate on. I might be doing a special thing on the London games. You never know. And, of course, if there's any other games that you particularly want me to commentate on, I'd be more than happy to do that as well. So, without further ado, thank you guys so much for watching. As the last play carries out, it is a 1-yard one by Ray Davis. It's not going anywhere. And with that, the teams will conclude the game. Oh, a little bit of a fight at the end. No ending games without a fight. So I'll wait for the countdown to finish, and then I am out of here. So thank you guys so much for watching. Do not forget to subscribe, of course. Subscribe. Hit that notifications button. Please. It means a lot to me. All right? Do that. And I will see you guys in the next one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you guys so much for coming out. See you next week.